knocked out at this point, more so than the idea of this being a large upset if CS were to win. It's not really about saying, oh my god, how did Chiefs lose this? Because they certainly can lose this. It would be about exiting the playoffs this early on. That would be massive.
So the bans then have concluded Castle, Azami, Blackbeard, and the Monty. Blackbeard, a talking point that I mentioned on the desk. CS had a lot of access to the BB throughout the stage and utilized it as kind of expected. Chiefs perhaps identifying that trend and taking it out here for Cafe. Now, I want to say Cafe is a map we haven't seen a lot of throughout this stage. I'll back that up with the fact, or perhaps contradict myself. Only the 2 appearances so far, so equal second lowest with Nighthaven Labs, only Lair and Skyscraper Trail. And so a good opportunity to see a map that doesn't get a lot of love in OCE.
Yeah, I mean, Cafe we saw a little bit of in group stage, certainly in other of the regions as well. And obviously with the new repel changes, you would have thought maybe you would see a little bit of a change, but it plays largely the same. We go top floor to begin. Yeah, heavy emphasis, I actually think, on this is kind of the weird situation where...
Attackers must locate.
Okay, so the map picks, I think, were wrong.
What do you mean?
The map vetoes. Well, it's saying at the top right, it says CS pick Lair, which would actually make more sense.
Okay. I'll get confirmation.
Never mind. That one's wrong. So it was actually Chiefs that picked Lair. Where I was going with this, though, was actually it would have made more sense if it was kind of reversed a little bit, because we did actually see Circular Spheres pick, well, not pick Lair, but get the deciding map of Lair last week. Played it well enough that they got to a 7-8. Yes, lost, but still 7-8. Plus the recency of playing it. Which just leads me to believe that if Chiefs do lose this, there is every chance that Lair might not go the way that they envisioned from scrims, warm-ups on it. You lose this first map and you find yourself in a bit of a hole. And it's not like Clubhouse is a guarantee these days for Chiefs, certainly not. Of course, though, CS did actually win their Clubhouse last week against Ludovica. So... I don't know. I'm honestly sensing if CS can just win one of these 2 maps of Cafe and Lair, they might just be capable of taking this series. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be close. At least that's the belief. A lot of it does sort of ride on the curtails of a player like Jigsaw. How influential can he be today? Not a lot happening here. It is top floor Cafe. Slow to start, but it is Neptune that gets us underway with the opening kill onto Quiz. Deals with the fan route. And get top red control now if they want to start poking and prodding around the site from inside the building. Right now, though, everyone happy to just stay on the exterior. Jay Kenner has dropped, though.
Just the one Rotero remaining for Goofed, using that to try and find info. Still a BPC deep cocktail, which will feed information in through shop as well.
No one's playing forward, though. This is just a back hold here from Chief. So this will allow space for CS to get into shop, get lounge control, play new bell. They can start to spread out a little bit.
Ooh.
Oh, that can't be allowed.
Yeah, well, that's nice.
You got 2 plays in cocktail, and the Rotero just walks straight through the front door.
Yep.
45 seconds. Jigsaw with a big nitro salvo onto Scars, shuts down the top EPS player for Circular Spheres. Hunter on the other side of Bar. They're going to get the plant down. Nitro, does that make it? Yes, it does. Big nitro from Oda, switched on. Gooft is able to get one onto Josh, but Circular Spheres now at a deficit. Despite some decent work to begin in this round, they've only got 25 seconds to salvage. Jay Ken has picked up the kit. Does he feel safe enough to go for the plant? Does have Gooft in lounge. Double stack cocktail. Tex was alone in Freezer. Jigsaw went for the trade, but it was a little bit of an awkward one. Falling down from the table with the pistol. Gooft can't win the battle against the Roni. And Oda to clean up Jay Kenner. Chiefs get the opening round.
Well, it's the duo of Oda and Jigsaw to have big influence in that prior round. Great nitro from Jigsaw, and then Oda to deny default with the follow-up. So the nitro game was really strong. CS did an equally good job of denying information and clearing utility, but the coverage onto Oda there was perhaps a little bit lacking. That angle not covered allowed him to sneak forward and just get him with range to lob that nitro and drop the diffuser.
So we spoke about some of the entry numbers as well last time out against Ludovica for Circular Spheres. It was a rough go. Hunter 1-7, Jay Kenner 4-7, Goofed 3-10. And it was a rough series for Goofed, but for Neptune and Scars, they actually both went positive, but they just didn't get into a lot of entry engagements. It was only 3-1 for Scars and 2-1 for Neptune. So you really need to see those two players in particular, alongside Goofed, trying to be the ones that are taking these early contact fights, getting these opportunities. And we saw that in the last round with Neptune getting the opening pick onto Quiz. So that's at least a little bit of a good sign, good start. Attacking around Cafe, you get the opening kill. They couldn't quite follow through. Good nitros from Chiefs. You lose the round, not through really your own doing. It was just more to do with the fact that Chiefs and their utility, they played it well enough to stop the round. And there's not much sometimes you can do about that, especially on Bar Cocktail. Nitros both hit. That round it becomes very difficult. Tex onto the Clash now. Go bottom floor here for the second round.
So it's the Clash to be employed here from Chiefs. The most played defensive operator from Tex throughout the stage.
Well, if it's influential, it'll get banned away. With the Castle Azami ban, they've certainly left themselves open for one more defensive ban here, CS. That can be just about anything. On the flip side, Chiefs with the Blackbeard and the Montank ban. I mean, if the Blitz doesn't get played, maybe you don't have to ban the Blitz, but at this point, there's probably nothing else that's really as influential being played currently by Circular Spheres. Boogie Auto Breach it, open up the floorboards in Mining.
I think it was Jigsaw to shoot the initial one and then impact one of those follow-up breaches, so it just makes the job of the Vert a bit more difficult.
You get the buck anyway. I mean, I guess that's why you bring double. For a site like this, bringing the buck and the ram is, yeah, pretty stock standard. Jay Kennett can get to work over towards train. 90 seconds. Time's okay right now, considering they've got themselves second floor control. No real contest by Chiefs. Pre-placed Nitro.
Reloading.
So far been so good from the defensive utility usage of Chiefs in the opening round. What could Josh do with that pre-place? Jigsaw lurking the corridors.
Neptune looking for Goyo canisters to pop, and Josh trying his best to protect those alongside the mute jammers. Clutch drones as well in play can be used to hack Banshees. A lot of information available here to CS, doing a good job throughout the mid-round, much like the previous attack.
Do wonder how they're planning to deal with Tex over towards VIP. So typically you'll see deployable shields set up, VIP bunkered down, but now with the Clash over here as well, it's probably going to prove to be quite difficult to dislodge him. Josh is going to be the first to die. Another opening kill for CS. Spoke about that on the desk, guys. It's a metric that CS are really poor at. So far, so good in the opening 2 rounds, but unable to then convert. Oda gets the free kill with the gas pipe, denying the push out of Freezer. That's kit down at the chassis. Not an awful spot to pick it up. Go for the plant. If you can clear out these positions towards the corridor, back push, VIP. Tex gets involved because, hey, they just can't deal him. They cannot deal with him. Tex with a second. And that's probably going to be the round. Scars and Goofed with really no time, just have to rush in and hope for Brogan. Tex gets himself a 3K, played the Clash well towards VIP, but in fairness,
you know what the issue was?
CS just never put any effort into him.
What did they not have?
I don't
Explosives.
know. Yeah, well,
They had none.
they also, yeah, I mean, I guess that's probably a factor. If you don't really have the, you know,
You either have to retain an auto breacher to clear it, or you need a grenade, and they just didn't have it.
or you could try and go for a pinch brown stairs and just do it the old manual way, flash dump in and try and clear him from both angles. And they, because we're more focused on their setup of the floorboards and the vert, they left themselves no time to eventually do with the Clash, and the Clash was the win factor, which is well played from Tex, because it's easier said than done when you're playing this Clash. You think, okay, the operator's quite strong, and being able to put down the shield and pick it up and move it around, and we know the VIP position, typically play with the deployable shield. Like, Tex has played this well. He was active, he was swinging, like he actually was a big factor in that round. And CS really kind of only have themselves to blame. They just didn't put enough time and effort into dealing with VIP, which is, I mean, pretty stock standard if you're going for a Freezer side push, which they eventually did. So I'm a little bit perplexed from the decision-making of Circular Spheres. So far, so good, though, from Chiefs. They haven't put a foot wrong. Chiefs have been playing really well, and that's what you... Really, if you get that out of Chiefs today, if they play smart Siege, if they're not making bad decisions...
It's really just the entry. They just need to focus on entry, and if they can nail that, then there's the potential for a snowball. tertiary side as well, so it's going to be more unforgivable if Chiefs don't get that first kill.
0-2 start as well for Scars, top-rated player for CS currently. I know how good can be, but he did struggle a little bit against Ludovica. A reminder as well, you lose this series, you are out, you are done. And obviously for Chiefs, this would be a travesty to go out at this kind of point. Remember, top 5 to get 50 SI points.
Stage points as well, presumably on the line too for regional finals.
Eddie, so I guess 5th and 6th is, yeah, they do a playoff game. That one will, I believe, be off stream to determine. So the loser of this series, the loser of the next series will play off later on to determine those SI points. Opening kill, Jigsaw onto Jake. 5 kills for Jigsaw.
Yeah.
And so far, everything that we said for Chiefs, as long as, you know, Jigsaw's fragging, they're making good decisions, yada, 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 is all happening in the opening 3 rounds.
And this is the CS map pick as well. As you kind of prefaced, maybe Lair isn't the safest of picks from Chiefs, who knows, but
if they get this one, it's, yeah.
Makes it a tall mountain to climb.
Drone ready.
To be fair, it is Cafe and it is attack for CS. Got to keep that in mind a little bit.
Yep.
And for a team that, as we have been talking about, statistically have
Mystery?
not been good on entry.
Changing mags.
Goof has to be mindful here. I think it does have a read onto Jig.
Goof is hunting, yellow ping,
yeah.
and he gets shot on the right side. Delayed a little bit by that Grismot mine placed by Oda. Jigsaw then ends up losing his life anyway.
It's felt like the info gathering across the board from CS has actually been quite good throughout this match. They still have the 5 drones up, getting good info.
Yeah, Oda falls. Quiz does get a trade onto Goof, shuts down the Dockerby. 3v3. Neptune getting rid of Josh, who has started a little bit sluggish here on Cafe. The Tex has not. Tex is up 3-1 after that big clash play in the previous round. Now he's playing more so gun up here on the cap can. Quiz is going to be needed so badly in this round. As Scars starts to clear out White Stairs, and he gets the freebie onto Tex, who wasn't ready. He was getting pressured down below, and it leaves Quiz now by himself in the 1v3.
CS just have to be patient here and get in positions to be able to cover this plant. Can trade out White Stairs. This should be fine.
They don't even have to really swing. I mean, as soon as Neptune dies, and that's the information, Scars can hold. Hunter will get the plant.
Yeah.
Scars then swings out at the perfect time. But CS are on the board, an attacking round on Cafe. Ironically, in the round that they didn't get the entry kill, despite getting it in the first 2 rounds. But hey, round win, nevertheless. And it all kind of started with that clear onto Jigsaw. That was what kind of set off the round into motion. Good clear, and even with the Grismot mine that it was actually placed by Oda, that I thought maybe was going to disrupt that pinch onto Jigsaw. They still pushed through, got the kill, they get the round. And it is not going to be a clash ban, instead it's going to be the Valkyrie, and the Dockerby also taken off the board.
Yeah, so it's 3 rounds now in a full rotation with that entry not converted. That will be an intriguing stat to follow throughout the course of this map and series. Decent start to the round for Chiefs, but CS bit back. And I really like the way in which they played the 2 versus 3, right? The flash onto Tex White Stairs, the clear, they trade that out. They've got the cross to reading. Didn't get impatient. Played around that win con of the plant, which was well protected. Definitely looked more cohesive than, for instance, maybe that VIP clear that we saw earlier.
Yeah, and in fairness, I think that VIP clear so far has been the only real detrimental thing for Circular Spheres. Even the opening round, they did a lot right. And certainly in that most previous one as well. No kills yet for Jake Kenner. But he certainly wouldn't even be in the top 2 for fracking power on this roster anymore, and arguably not even in the top 3. I think Scars, Neptune, and Goof are the ones you want really getting kills. Jake Kenner's probably more of the soft support alongside Hunter.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Quiz thinking about early peek hit in lounge, 1 tap, fall away. And we go back top floor here in the 4th round.
Another thing that popped into my head, and it's not really completely relevant to what's happening on screen now, but we didn't mention it during the schedule. It's important to note that the winner of this game then has a really long break. Because of the way the fixturing and the scheduling works, they then go on to play the last game of the day to prevent a back-to-back.
Yeah,
so,
I don't mind it actually, though. I think it's slightly more beneficial that they have the really long break, because obviously, as we know, we got Ludovica and TSG after this.
Not sure what this is for.
Reload!
Okay. Get confirmation. That was after the 2:30 mark, so presumably some kind of repel bug, I would assume, but not too sure.
Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting one because it was after the 2 minutes and a half. So it has to be. I mean, look,
I don't know. We'll try and get clarity on
Yeah.
that so that we can relay that. But
Either
regardless.
way, like I was going to say, I think that for the winner of this game, as you said, so as is the schedule, Ludovica TSG immediately after this. So in theory, if you win this series, you're going to look at, what, 2-3 hours while that one plays, and then you got Enterprise GG, so there's another 2-3 hours, and then you play again. But it's at the point where by the time this series finishes, you'll have more than enough time to really switch off, get some food, chill out, maybe even watch some of the games. Then you'll have enough time to start warming up again and then get into your series. So it's almost like it's not too long of a break. It's actually just goes over that length where it's like, okay, this is pretty decent. Whereas for like Ludovica and TSG, the winner of that only gets one series break. You don't have as much time to fully switch off and then switch back on again. So I think it's actually slightly more beneficial to be in this series than it is the next one. But we're also talking about fine margins, and they're all professionals, and they'll get the job done. And it's certainly better than having one team play it back-to-back. That would be actually like to the point where if you had one of the two teams, one had a break and then the other had a back-to-back, well, someone's not going to be too happy. Well, we're not too happy either right now because we do have a rehost. We're going to throw to a small break and we get back underway, though, very soon.
You know how they say it's not the destination, it's the journey?
And the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And you know what?
They're right.
As I was saying, we have to look at what's ahead of us now and not worry too much about
Wait,
the
did you
past.
see that?
What?
Wait, what is this doing here?
Whoa! What the hell is going on?
Guys, we need to go.
Jess, what are you doing here?
We need to go now.
Jess, Doc is gone. We have to go back.
There's no time. There's really no time.
Can't take this anymore. I'm tired.
He's our head coach. I have to go save him.
You're already dead.
There's no escaping now.
Let's take it further tonight. We don't have to keep it in, so don't hold me back. We don't have my side. Why can't you be the light that I need? Can't you see what you've done to me? I wanna fall with you. I wanna flow with you. I need to know the truth. So tell me why you send me those signs filled with flowers and lies. Then you tear me to pieces and fade through the night. I broke down my walls and then you left me falling. I just wanna get you out of my life. We're born to fall, and I give it all just to let you know that I will keep you close. We're born to fall, and I give it all just to let you know that I will keep. So tell me why you send me those signs filled with flowers and lies. Then you tear me to pieces and fade through the night. I broke down my walls and then you left me falling. I just wanna get you out. So tell me why you send me those signs filled with flowers and lies. Then you tear me to pieces and fade through the night. I broke down my walls and then you left me falling. I just wanna get you out of my life. When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. When my body only moves for the beat, you've been waiting for me. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it, la 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it, la 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it, la 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it, la 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 la. When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. When my body only moves for the beat, you've been waiting for me. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it, la 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it, la 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 la. I'll just drop like I'll just la 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 la. I'll just drop like I'll just la 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it, la 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it, la 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 la.
So we return for the fourth round of Cafe after a little rehost issue. I think it was due to a cam bug or something along those lines, all within the scope. 1-2 the scoreline as we head back in. And obviously just had the bans as well prior to this round, which was Valkyrie and Dockerby, respectively, for the two teams. Circular Spheres picking up the third round, get themselves on the board. So far, I think it's going to script. I don't think there's a large gap of separation. It's not total dominance by Chiefs. Chiefs have been playing well. CS had to then play a little bit better to get themselves around on the board. We do lose the KDA numbers inside of the server, but we've got them here externally. Jigsaw 5-1 has started really, really hot. And the players that have, well, started off a little bit cool. Jake Hanna 1-4, Josh 1-4.
And yeah, just confirmation that the rehost was as a result of a CS player unable to leave cams and couldn't use their operator. So within the scope of the rulebook, post 2:30, if a player is unable to move or play the game due to a severe bug, then rehost is valid. And so we continue on. Interestingly, the Clash not banned out, and so that will probably be a potential storyline for the eventual kitchen defense from Chiefs, where that was big thorn in the side of CS, but it's top floor for the fourth round.
That's what it comes down to, the decision making though for teams when they kind of get into these quarter time bans, etc. Right, where it's like, well, do we want to ban the Clash, or do we think we can actually deal with it next time in VIP?
I think they can do a lot better job.
They can do a lot better job.
They literally did not bring a single explosive.
Exactly. So. And honestly, again, that's the beauty behind I think the new ban system, where sometimes you think, well, yeah, we could ban it, and maybe you do, but we think we can deal with it. So that's going to be a fun one if that does eventuate again when we go bottom floor towards the second part of this half. And that's also then the mind games thing too, because Chiefs will think, well, they didn't ban the Clash. Do we just play it there again? And if so, do we change anything up? It is top floor though. Bar Cocktail here for the fourth round. Now, last time out, Chiefs played this really defensively. They had a double stack Cocktail. They had White Stairs and Freezer Presence. They didn't really offer much forward. Navshin was actually the one who got the opening pick last time out, opening round on this site. There's a hold towards White Stairs up close. It is Jigsaw. Has one of two Nitro cells available for Chiefs. And, well, those Nitros were very impactful in the opening round. Essentially won the round for Chiefs with their usage. Speaking of Nitro cells, Jigsaw, he's getting ready. Line up. And he's just waiting for someone to peek that window, or at least make a little bit of noise right outside the window.
Yeah, Jigsaw last time out used it from below for a vert pick, and then Oda for the default denial from Cocktail. Although Jigsaw a bit more proactive over towards White Stairs this time around. Lion Scan rings out, swing in.
Oh, and Vault Drop, or Window Drop as well. Jigsaw did find the opening pick onto Goof. He was swinging in. Red Pink Intel off of the Lion Scan. Noses one in towards Washrooms. Free kill. Not paying any kind of attention was Tex. Hunter was able to walk right up to him. Now there's a double stack White Stairs, but Hunter makes a mistake with the frag grenade. That one bounced off the wall. 3 versus 2 in favor of Circular Spheres, and just stuck now in towards reading is Oda. In a 1v2, he's not going to be able to deny this plant from going down, but he may be able to catch Jake Hanna here up on top of that desk, and he does get the down. Hunter, he knows he's close, he knows he's tucked in right corner, but Hunter's just a little bit better, hits the headshot, wins the round. Circular Spheres tie it up on Cafe 2-2.
A little close there, and I think you could even argue that Oda with the advantage there in the 1v1 with the swing, but not to beat. A good flood there from CS. Able to pressure the objective from a couple of different angles and force the defense down White Stairs and lock them out pretty well. If we look back at the highlight package of that prior round, good early work with the Terrors. The aggression from Hunter there with Diffuser got the pick. Failed grenade, but Jigsaw and Josh were still kept at bay. A little bit fortunate there, Oda with the recoil. And then hits the shoulder of Hunter. I think again, landed first shot, but not on the head. And so losing out on that fight. 2-2 scoreline, kitchen we go, and the Clash is in play.
And 2 rounds on the board now for CS. If they can find 1 from the remaining 2, I think that's a really, really good half for them. Puts a little bit of pressure now back onto Chiefs. They do bring the Clash, like you mentioned, Guz, and we'll see if CS are going to be a little bit more prepared for it this time around. A multitude of ways in which they could have played that. I think it was just a case of just leaving that objective last cost them. You needed to deal with that Clash a lot earlier. Yes, you want to obviously get vert control. You want to get train and mining control, open up floorboards with the Boogie Auto Breacher with the buck, and they'll do that again. They'll bring those 2 operators. And it feels like maybe they haven't quite learnt, because where are the explosives in dealing with this Clash? Now, admittedly, with the way you can play the Clash. You know, you can, of course, pick up the shield, put it down, etc. really quickly enough that it doesn't get destroyed. But so my hope is, if it's not going to be explosive, Guz, it's going to be flash dumps, it's going to be double pinch, push down Brown stairs through bar, try and get him on the backside of VIP, but they've lost Jkenna straight off the rip, so you're down that buck immediately. Lowers that verticality potential towards train and mining.
Yeah, it's definitely an intriguing risk to be taking. No catch on the side of defense, yet still no explosives, so perhaps we see a complete pivot and it ends up being a bakery side hit entirely. That is another option to not count out. But
Clash can rotate pretty quick these days, though. But I don't think it could rotate all the way from VIP to essentially like prep or small bake or even bake itself that quickly.
Yeah, not easily.
Losing Jkenna, though, not ideal this early on into the round, considering how valuable the buck can be.
What? Maybe it is, because not a single entry has been converted this match. Not a single one. But you are right, in terms of raw utility, definitely a loss for CS here.
Doesn't mean round over, but it's certainly going to make the round a lot more difficult now for Circular Spheres. And now they've lost Scars as well to a Nitrocell placed by Josh.
The Nitro game from Chiefs thus far has been quite good.
Yeah, and it needs to be on a map like Cafe. Absolutely needs to be. So much verticality. Well, look, not often that we call it a 3v5 round already, but it's going to probably be, we're talking like fine margins here now for Circular Spheres. At this point now, plan A is basically in the bin.
Tex needs to give them a freebie here.
Yeah.
That's their only in on the round.
He needs to lose a peak battle or he gets timed here on a pinch from Neptune and Hunter. But he's got a little bit of help. Quiz is actually towards bar, so he's got that watch towards Brown stairs, so they can't even get his pinch onto Tex. Tex wins his battle towards bottom white. Hunter does get it down onto Quiz, but this round is over, and Tex is a mean machine on that Clash.
Start calling it Tex's position at the moment, man. He's firing.
Yeah, forget VIP. There's 3 letters that's needed instead. It's TEX. And this round's done.
You'll get goofed here too. Oh! Not quite. Surely only a moment away. The round is certainly over though.
Couple of hungry boys going hunting as Josh pushes into Kochak, goes for the swing, even with the shotgun. Goofed is low. 10 seconds left in 1v5. Nice little angle opened up by Tex, but I think at this point Goof wants to probably look to try and save KD. Not going to happen. It's a flawless for Chiefs. It all started off the back of that opening kill onto the Buck, and on a site like that and how influential the Buck can be, yeah, it made it really, really difficult for CS. It was the kind of round they never actually really got an opportunity to play the way they wanted to play.
Yeah, it was a bit of a nothing round in the end, unfortunately. But a site that certainly didn't really click for them on either attempt.
Well, the first time around, they didn't deal with the Clash, despite getting the vert control.
Defenders, protect your bomb.
This time around, the Clash actually was still a nuisance, but that wasn't the main reason. No. They didn't even get an opportunity to deal with it properly.
They looked good on this site, though, CS. And so there's a very real opportunity for them to equalize.
Did win it last time.
They had the Hunter plan and then the double stack white, able to cover the cross. It was pretty well played.
So far it's been 2-3 in terms of the entry kill battle in favor of Circular Spheres. We spoke about that on the desk. That's been their downfall so far.
Resulting in 1 conversion.
Yeah. Which was that last round. That was the first round that an opening kill has been converted into a round win, funnily enough.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
And by far and away the most dominant round result as well in terms of players left alive. So Chiefs with a bit of momentum rolling into the final defense of the half. Pre-ripped Nitro from Jigsaw here.
All it takes though is 1 round here for CS and it's a 3-3 half and suddenly game on.
Yeah. This is a very important round.
Air jabs for any potential exterior runouts. And they lose Neptune, who's playing the Ying. So no Kendalas available. Well, there was one that was in hand. You could hear it popping up on top of the roof. So got caught with util in hand, and that's going to be an early death. Again for Circular Spheres, 2 in a row. And a big operator as well for the 2nd time in a row. You know, if you lose your Nomad after they've already placed the air jabs, it's kind of like, okay, we've lost the player, but whatever. But you're losing Neptune, who's been playing so well for CS, and you're losing the Ying. It's a bit of a double whammy to begin this final round of the half. Information here from Tex on the Pulse, and boy, he's having a good game so far.
Triple Nitro in play for Chiefs, and so if Tex can stay alive and relay information, this will be very, very difficult for CS to contest.
Tex himself is hunting and following and hoping if they sit still here, I might be on as he heads closer towards Red Stairs.
Josh Nitro, get ready.
I heard one blow, by the way, in the background. That was Jigsaw who threw his. Tex is also gone for broke. Okay, a little bit impatient there from Chiefs.
Yeah.
Wasteful and impatient off of the cardiac sensor on from the Pulse of Tex. Now, they do have one more here in reading from Josh. Oda finds a big pick onto Goop, hunted towards White Stairs.
I mean, critically, Tex is still alive, still on sensor, and is feeding information. So Nitro's not netting picks, but they've got the info.
Oda caught with util in hand. He saw the longer angle play, but wasn't expecting the close swing from Scars. Brings it back to a 3v3. It's been a messy round here for the final round of this half. Jigsaw taking the low angle battle. Did take a bit of damage.
Hacked a drone as well, so he's feeding information on that top floor, or at least was for a little bit. Oh, you can still see it's up in the background, so that could be a difference maker again for Chiefs.
46 seconds, still got to make their way towards the site, though. Circular spheres. There is that drone you can see on the pip top right. Tex towards White Stairs. Jigsaw very lucky to still be alive. Can play the bomb chassis. Hunter looking for a default plant, and he's got Jake Kenner behind him. Flash is available. Hunter's noting going default. He's going deep. And he's got Jake Kenner to watch for these pushes. One in Laundry, that was Tex. He gets dealt with, and this could end up being this third round acquired for Circular Spheres. Jigsaw does get the down onto Jake Kenner, but he is incredibly low. One bit of bullet damage, and Jigsaw will fall, and the round will go the way of Circular Spheres, and they get Jake Kenner back up. Let's be honest, guys, this is not happening for Jig.
Yeah, round over. CS looking really good on this objective. Again, will equalize the score 3-3, and just keep the pressure on Chiefs.
And smart positioning. CS not giving him anything. If you want that kit, you're going to have to get on it. We got one above and two outside the doorway. What a half for Circular Spheres. They gave up the opening 2 rounds, but they battled back to find 3 rounds overall from the 4 of the last. So out of the last 4 rounds, they got 3 of them. Now, there's that momentum swing that now going into the second half is certainly there. 3 attacking rounds as well. Now you get to go defense. It is your map pick. There are expectations for you to do well on your choice of map. And I think they did more than enough there. And Chiefs, if they lose this map, they'll have to win out on Lair and Clubhouse. And let me tell you, CS, like as is with most of the OCE teams, they're a Clubhouse team. They know what they're doing there. They beat Ludovica on it last week. This just has all of the hallmarks of an absolute nail-biter.
Yeah. Monty, Twitch. Well, my Jaeger banned out by Chiefs.
Yeah, get rid of the catch.
Double catch. Okay. That's very spicy. Castle Mines back to the first half. It ended up being the Azami Castle Valk banned out, so more of a focus on utility, bit of emphasis as well on information. But
yeah, they give the Blackbeard up as well. I mean, the Twitch ban is fine because of util, but
I mean, this has all the hallmarks of Chiefs playing a lot of Ying, a big set of grenades, and there's not going to be a piece of utility standing at the end of the round. Well, there at least in theory shouldn't be.
And I wonder then for Circular Spheres, I think the way that they kind of need to play this is maybe a little bit on the aggressive front, because you know Chiefs are going to get into these kind of pop positions where you get in, you set up, and then you go off of those Candelas. And we spoke to Wettables last week, and it's sort of like in defense for CJX, you kind of want to be ready to hit.
Sense and Fuse, again, playing heavily into the no catch. Maybe indicative of a freezer drop facilitated by that kind of utility, and Oda to the mid-round will clear.
They did drop the Ying.
From Vert, so
the Ying's been taken out last second here by Chiefs, as you mentioned. The Fuse in play now. So a little bit of a change-up.
Yeah.
Might have been sight. Maybe they weren't expecting bottom floor.
As designed, Tiba activated.
I'm super intrigued to see how this plays out, G, so attempting to cook here.
Drone up and running.
Early droning. It is just one player offside, or at least on the second floor. Currently, it's Neptune. Reading room corridor, just playing for drones and will fall off. Rest of the team down on that first floor. Interesting to note as well, no dedicated utility outside of that barbed wire in VIP.
Yeah, no. Well, they don't have any deployable shield, so they play.
They don't have catch, so it just limits that ability to do it. I know Chiefs played it without catch, but
you You can play the smoke there, though, if you have someone in bar, which they do. So Jakenna plays bar, means that for the smoke player in Neptune, he doesn't have to worry about that push coming from brown stairs. He can just focus on white, and from the angle of VIP, you can throw those gas babes to delay, and then you can play the close angle, pull the shotgun out.
Jigsaw looking to try and drone that, but it gets taken down by Jakenna, so good work from that bar position.
But it just means that they're going to have to be aggressive here on defense. Not necessarily running around the map aggressive, but the way they're holding these angles and these positions, they can't just sort of get lulled into, well, I've got a shield, I can just sit behind or anything along those lines. You've got to be gun up, you've got to be prepared.
Cluster charges deployed from Oda down through Dining. That will help clear any potential utility on the other side. Depending on trajectory, you've got Banshees, F-Not Mines, and
you got everything.
Canisters as
Kiva
well.
barriers,
Even
Banshees,
Kiva barriers to an extent.
Vulcan canisters, yeah.
A lot of utility stacked, but no catch to protect it.
The main thing is to clear out the Vulcan canisters towards Freezer.
Yeah, this has to be a Freezer drop with the ROU to cover angles from VIP and bar, I would assume.
And they brought through. Oh, this is exactly what I'm talking about in terms of getting aggressive. But there is one right close on this pillar. Jakenna's got no idea. He's walked straight past him, and that one's going to be the kill. From the back, it's Jigsaw. He cleans up. He gets 3 kills from that position. He was on drone on that pillar, and they've all walked past him. The idea from CS.
Oh, it was
sound.
Good. I loved it.
Beautiful.
If Jigsaw wasn't in that strange position, it would have worked.
Jigsaw's, look at him.
I have never seen anybody drone that in my life.
Oh, that is insane that no one's picked up on that.
Oh,
You'd be kicking yourself. And that kind of gives away a little bit of strategy, at least on that side for CS now, where it's like, well, we can't really do that again. Next time they're going to be more prepared for it. And I was curious. We saw the triple stack towards bar, and I was like, are they going to go up brown stars? And they sent it.
Yeah. And they caught a good timing.
And they caught an amazing timing.
That was wild.
And I think that's the way that you want to play it. And it's just really unfortunate. Like, we look back here. Now, if Jakenna had cleared, you can even see the elbow, by the way.
ran straight past him as well.
Yeah, they both ran straight past. Oh. So then Jigsaw gets goofed, Jigsaw gets scars, Jigsaw gets
And they're still trying to work
Jakenna.
out where he is, probably not knowing where the hell they're getting shot from.
If he gets cleared at the start and they still do roughly the same amount of damage, it's a 4-on-2 in favor of CS, they win the round. That is incredible.
I've never seen anything like that. Wow. Also propels Jigsaw in the kill department as well. Now up to...
5 seconds.
Well, 5-1 is not right. So I think the API has completely shit the bed.
The API stopped after the 4th round,
if it's 5+7, quick math, he's probably on at least 12 kills at this point.
Yeah. I could hope you could do 5+7, Michael.
You never know with it.
Well, does that just change the complexion here? CS might get a little bit now over-aggressive because they sense that frustration from the previous round. You almost want to just go and make that round up. You can't think in that manner because you know you probably should have won that last round. If you clear Jigsaw, you win that round. It's as simple as that. He absolutely just salvaged it for Chiefs by not really having to do anything. Quite literally, by doing nothing, he got the 3 kills. And so for CS, it's very easy to get into that mindset where it's like, you know, you want to start peeking windows, you want to be aggressive, you want to quickly get that round back, make it 4-4. You just got to hold a little bit here, though. You can't make that up straight away. Obviously, with the lineup that they're bringing, I'm expecting them to bring aggression in this round.
Track Stingers in play from the gridlock this time around, so Chiefs not wanting to take any chances with a potential retake on the cards late round once more. Flames and Candelas.
Well, this
Cocktail pressured.
This is the lineup that we saw before from Chiefs, and then changed it due to the bottom side pick. Josh losing his life, Quiz losing out as well. Scars did get downed. Still got 2 Candelas available, a couple of frag grenades, and an adrenal surge as well from Jigsaw. So honestly, with the 3 that they've got up, you know, you consider the Blackbeard, the Ying, the Finker, they're strong operators.
Big pick as well from Jig. Scars still on the ground.
Close angle. Oh, Goof is just a little quicker than Oda on the trigger. Here comes Tex, though, with that shield in hand, and he's playing on confidence right now. He's having a very, very good game. Up to 6 kills.
Reloading.
Goose can still play towards washrooms, has a mirror window, now rotates towards Pixel. Maybe trying to catch Tex on the timing, does do so. Left side angle, gets just around that shield and leaves Jigsaw in a 1v3. and he gets obliterated. And there is that round back for Circular Spheres, 4-4. Right now, though, they'll be sitting thinking it should be 5-3.
Yeah, really good hold above there from CS, withstanding that bolt of utility that got sent their way. And then a good shutdown late round into the Blackbeard as well, which posed a threat. Jigsaw as well had a set of grenades, which could have been impactful, but he got stranded in the clutch.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Mining to see its first appearance here in this match in the 9th round. CS mixing things up. Expecting again probably heavy presence above once more. And a lot of utility to be cleared. Castle as well, available and selected. With no catch protecting them will be no doubt a challenge, but in combination with the mirror, it's a lot to deal with for the attack.
10 seconds to go.
Double mirror in towards backstore.
5 seconds to go.
And we'll look at how Chiefs attempt to deal with that. No Ash in play for instance, and so they'll rely on other tools like ranged hard breach instead.
Well, the biggest thing that you're getting out of this CS roster so far is the fact that Hunter's up to 10 kills, which we probably weren't expecting. J-Ken is now improving as well. He's up to 4 kills since the rehost. So you're getting extra numbers out of players that statistically throughout the group stage, start of playoffs, maybe weren't quite giving you that level of effort. You're getting it here now, and it's a reason why this game is so close, and that's even without someone like Goofs really popping off. He's only got the 6 kills overall. Even Neptune only has 5. Scars with 7. So it's the fact that Hunter and J-Ken are really stepping up. There's more room for Circular Spheres to get some extra firepower from their top gunners. We'll sneak in towards shot for Jigsaw, free.
Almost caught a timing. Goof was also under fire, but able to escape.
He was castle barricaded off, so he couldn't actually shoot him through.
Thought it may have been cleared from the window, but you were correct.
Reload!
There's one here though on the rappel outside Cocktail. Goof is low. Was a nitrocell that was thrown by Jay Kenner, and Jigsaw catches him on the timing, gets the freebie onto Goof as well. Getting jiggy with it right now, up to 17 kills for Jigsaw in this map. We had a rehost. He had 7 prior to that. He's up to 17 kills, make it 18 kills for Jigsaw. He's just different.
Yeah, they had really good pinch positions, especially from rappel there, Chiefs. They just needed somebody to get the ball rolling, play the front line, try to start dislodging defense. Good timing, first pick White Stairs. Goofed, obviously from that position, forced to re-peek. He was already low on HP, had the UMP in hand, so not the most comfortable positions to be in against Jigsaw on the LMG. He wins that one out, follows it up with a frag grenade as well, so continues to stack kills as we stack bans. Brava, Mirror, the final bans for this match. It's Bar as well for round at number 10.
I mean, he's just the difference maker right now when you have 18 kills. Like,
yeah,
it's so far and above anyone else in the lobby.
And even if you were to take away that pillar round where he got 3 gifted to him, that's still an insane.
Yeah, he's
total.
still 15 plus anyway, even if you were to take that away, which you really shouldn't necessarily.
No, obviously. I'm just saying, it's not like a case of...
Yeah, so Josh has 4 kills, Quiz has got 4 kills, Oda has 5 kills, Tex has 6 kills.
Attackers have discovered
Jigsaw's got 18. That is he's literally got 3x his teammates right now in terms of overall kills. He's gotten entries as well. He's the difference maker in a series that's in a map that's 5-4. He is the difference maker. So CS are getting good numbers spread evenly, but they, Goofed is certainly, he's got the kill record he knows, right? Which, do we know what the actual number specifically is? Because Jigsaw, if this goes to overtime, could smash it.
Wasn't it map record, not series?
Well, I would say, well, in this map, if this map goes to overtime.
It was like high 20s, wasn't it, or something crazy?
Oh, well, if this, as I said, goes to overtime, I could easily see a 30 bomb here from Jigsaw. He needs 12 more. He's got an 18.
Potentially, yeah. So as kind of expected, CS now lean into Maestro and Echo. They ban out the Bravo to better protect those operators, and so info gathering will be obviously bolstered for them. In response, we see IQ for the Echo and Jigsaw on the Ash alongside the Roteros of the Flores to deal with Maestro.
That'd be a bit of a double whammy though for Goof. You lose the map and you kill record in the same game. Long way to go though. Bulletproof camera dealt with by the Rotero, sent out by Oda. All information for Goof up through top red hatch. Got to bring the Yokai back for free as well. Tex on the IQ to find a lot of this information. PPCs, the Yokais, Maestro cams as well. This though feels a little bit more slow and steady from Circular Spheres on defense, but it doesn't necessarily work. And a creep up from Jigsaw, top red. Scars with the NS after he lost his life. The barbed wire though, gives the sound cue, and Hunter thought he could be the better one to play off it, but when it's Jigsaw on the other side, you got to be careful who you're swinging into. He goes to 19 kills now. He's 19 and 6 to be fully specific. And this gets tougher and tougher for CS, starting to think that this map could be getting away from them. They had a good little middle portion of momentum. Sharp from Goof though.
At least Jigsaw got the shield, so he got something in that trade.
No 20 bomb for Jigsaw by the end of at least this round. Goof needs to just deal with a couple, but he got caught. I imagine maybe on that repel window. It was. As he ran past him, Tex got the kill, and Josh will close it out the way he started it. And Chiefs go up 6-4. They've got map point.
He's not getting the record.
He's too good. That the game's ending a bit too quick.
I can't quite remember what the scoreline was in the Goofed record, but it was
had to have been an overtime.
Nah, I feel like it was quite one-sided. And he was getting like 4 or 5Ks in multiple rounds. My memory's fading at this point.
Do we? Is there a way we can? I mean, we could probably ask Goof what was the?
Shoot him a quick DM mid-match.
Yeah, I don't know how readily available that information actually is, but I know he's got it. And as you said, I think this game's ending maybe a little too quick for Jigsaw to overtake it, unless he drops like 4Ks in the next 2 rounds and it goes to overtime.
Yeah. Still, though, I think CS definitely have the fight in them. They've shown that throughout this series, so certainly not putting a line through them here on Cafe at all.
No, certainly not. But it does feel like this has been a game of momentum. You know, Chiefs came out of the gates pretty nice, winning the first 2 rounds, and then we saw to close the first half out 3 of the 4 rounds won by CS, and they set themselves up very nicely coming into this half. But it feels like ever since that pillar moment with Jigsaw, that push up downstairs, that feels like a turning point. Even though CS did win the round after that to tie it back up 4-4, it really probably should have been 5-3. And then you get a bit more wriggle room to play with, and suddenly, before you know it, 2 rounds go from 4-4 to now 4-6, rather than say 5-5. Costly moment. More Circular Spheres. Not out of it yet. Need to win the next 2 rounds to force overtime. Lair to follow after this, which is the map pick of Chiefs.
Chiefs bringing the gridlock this time around to make the flanker a little bit more of an expensive investment. If they are to go for that, it will require impact grenades to be effective, but that does give across sound, of course. So it's less likely for CS to execute it this time around. Fuse is in play this time, though, again from Chiefs, and so Oda will be using that to clear so many pieces of so many key pieces of utility. Essentially all but Neptune will be pre-placed to some extent, and he'll be looking to try and find as much of that as possible in combination with Tex on the IQ looking for information. Rotero is also as well effective against the Goyo. So Quiz tasked with that. This is his last drone in hand. Looking for some utility over towards this reception position. And I think CS again have established the triangle here. Bit of a double bar stack into VIP. Maybe again, potentially posturing for the flank, although again, probably more unlikely this time around. I do wonder, are the Goyo canisters still at that default position? I'd love to have a look if possible, because that could be the big difference maker in this round, dependent on the Chiefs execute. Looks like it's being cleared now, so thanks lads for showing. That's a win in the column of Chiefs.
There's still a Maestro camp.
That's true. Okay, that's big.
Attackers dropped the diffuser. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Bravo band out, no Twitch in play. I wonder how much of a difference that's going to make here for CS.
40 seconds as well, so not a lot of timing here for Chiefs. Still a big piece of utility that is up. Neptune, gas bay, default shot out by Tex. We can't really push forward now, and there's still one gas bay remaining. So if Neptune is smart, he preemptively throws this last one. You want to get this clock really ticking down here. Yokai, of course, still available. He's got one over towards Bar, and he's got one over towards Bakery. 15 seconds left. Quiz now looking to make the push in. Jigsaw's into Freezer now. They've still got Neptune in VIP.
Ooh, frag grenade missed.
And they probably going to lose this round unless CS really blow this one. Ready for that push. The timing is everything, though. Jigsaw turned away at the wrong time. Well, that plant did go down. Oda in a 1v5. Does get one. It was, sorry, a 1v4. It's 3 more players. Surely they don't all just walk one by one at him. They do not. And we go to another round. Jigsaw didn't get any kills that round, though, so still stuck on 19. 5 and 6, the scoreline, and OT could be beckoning. Really good round from Circular Spears.
IQ is Tex, by the way. I think.
I've got to say, though, both teams really struggling on kitchen cooking.
Yeah, the Maestro there was quite the difference maker. I mean, pieces of the attack did fall elsewhere, more towards the backline. I think that triple stack VIP/bar side from CS was really, really effective. But there was still that one Maestro camera feeding info default, inflicting a lot of damage. They weren't both cleared. Jigsaw, unfortunately, the first grenade didn't land on the first, and so he didn't have the potential follow-up, presuming the second would have landed, so. Keeps things interesting. Final round of regulation. Reading dining. An opportunity for CS to extend proceedings. I also got word that apparently the kill record is 22. I haven't been able to verify, but I thought it was higher, but could be wrong.
If it is 22, then it is technically under threat.
5 seconds to go.
What's he up to?
Still on 19. Unless there's been some funky business with the way the numbers were tracked. But he had 7 before the rehost and then obviously has 12 now. But I think he'd rather just get this over and done with and move on to Lair. So reading fireplace, final round of regulation. CS desperately seeking overtime to convert their map selection of Cafe. Feels like this, though, is very stereotypical Circular Spears. Playoff game, elimination match, competitive, but ultimately always the loser. They're able to cause that upset, take down a team like Chiefs, but competitive.
Bit of a pivot defensively here from CS. Still playing good operators into the Brava band, but they're a lot more dynamic and aggressive trap style operators, not the more static likes of the Maestro and the Echo this time around. So anticipating more action offsite, they'll continue to contest top floor. Tex on IQ here essentially is rather unimpactful, really. I mean, maybe in spotting out F-Nots it'll be useful, but outside of that, there's going to be pressure here, I think, on Jigsaw to find a bit of an opening here, try and crack it open. Maybe on the horizontal through train, that's an option.
The last 2 rounds he has been slightly more quiet.
He might be waiting for this drone from Josh, I think. We'll see. Oda as well on drone.
Dude, have to be mindful of the time here, though, Chiefs. And in fact, in the last round, that was one thing that really kind of bit them in the arse as well, was that they had, like, what, 15 seconds left as they were pushing through Freezer. Neptune with the opening pick onto Josh, and so no Capitao available. Jigsaw just still sits over towards shop. Goofed inside of Freezer. On in this angle, Neptune does lose his life to Quiz. Ooh. And Oda clears out that freezer position. Advantage Chiefs.
Hunter prone wide stairs. Scars and Jkenna rotating second floor. 45 seconds on the board and the advantage in the Chiefs column. Slim at that. They need to be effective here in terms of time usage and be mindful that no one is able to re-aggress as well. That's important. CS will go for that if the opportunity arises. You can see how conscious and wary Chiefs are of a flank at the moment. Constantly looking out for it. Big drone from Oda through Pillar into reading. Will garner information onto Jkenna, potentially Scars as well.
No nitro, no impacts, no real utility available for Circular Spheres, but down into the last 10 seconds. Hunter, you got to win this fight towards White Stairs. Cannot allow this push to come down safely. Oda's in towards reading, getting the plant down. Jigsaw did lose his battle. Oda's been stopped as well, and there's no time to get back onto that kit. We are going to overtime here. The lower bracket quarterfinal matchup is proving to be an all-time banger. 6-6. Not a lot separating these two teams. In fact, if it really wasn't for Jigsaw's amazing heroics throughout this match, I think CS could have taken this easily in regulation. But now they get an opportunity in overtime. Double defense looking to secure this map. It would mean Chiefs are on the brink of elimination if they lose this. They would have to win the remaining 2 maps in this series. Then you're going to play a whole nother best of 3 today. This gauntlet, it's no joke.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
I wasn't laughing.
Chiefs won't be like
No. I mean, that style of execute can work, but you need to be more faultless than that. I mean, how are you allowing a player in the middle of reading to deny plant in that fashion, not even with utility? Positioning and the trade opportunities there for Chiefs are really lacking.
What's the big correlation? 2 rounds in order to CS. Guess what didn't happen in those 2 rounds? A Jigsaw kill. Like we say it time and time again, but there is an over-reliance on one player on this roster, and that is their strength because Jigsaw's that good. It's also their weakness because then when he doesn't find these kills and he's not popping off, they don't win rounds.
I wonder if he's gotten a kill in every round they've won. That would be a very intriguing stat to know.
I mean, I would love to know the opposite. How many rounds have Chiefs won without Jigsaw getting a kill?
But you could calculate that from my stat.
You could? Same thing. We both win. Six to 6. Overtime we go. Double defense for Circular Spheres. It's been largely back and forth. Swings of momentum.
And I mean, on the flip side, Goofed is 3-8. You know, at plus additional kills elsewhere with the stats. Yet CS remain competitive. So it's an intriguing battle between the two at the moment.
Oh!
So, speaking of.
Well, Freebie goofed on to Tax. Tax has been one of the better performing players for Chiefs so far as well in this map. Lose him early, it's not ideal, especially on the IQ as well. Decent amount of utility. I mean, there's 3 BPCs to kind of hunt out. The F-dot mines as well, the Banshees, the Maestro cams.
Activating drone.
Let's find those ships.
Does Josh go for that off the back of the info? Well, considered it, but the Goo Mine will impede his progress.
Should say as well, as our numbers are updating, it does have Jigsaw at 17, not 19 right now, but I think it was all manually put in, so nothing's...
Controversy.
Yeah. Maybe he was on 5 before the rehearsal, not 7, I'm not too sure. Wow, Neptune just played that well. Shoulder peek, Hunter then gets the swing kill. And it looks like CS is setting themselves up very nicely. Goof can't win the battle towards Shop though. Jigsaw, there's a kill. Now they can win the round. Now it's statistically possible, but a lot less likely now with Oda's death and Josh to follow as well. It is only Jigsaw left. The one-man show on this roster though, not standing up in the clutch in a 1v4. It was always unlikely, and Circular Spheres have got themselves map point on Cafe. Chiefs backs up against the wall. And this is what we were saying last week, guys, when we looked at the GG Chiefs game, the EP Ludovica game. maybe less so, but the Chiefs GG game was like, you have to go play CS. And CS are that enigma kind of team where they can play some really, really good Siege.
Yeah.
And if you catch them on the wrong timing, you could be staring down the barrel of an early elimination. Timeout, Chiefs.
I thought we only played this song after 6 p.m.
You know shit's serious when this tune comes on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at the faces on Chiefs. I think they are very locked in at the moment.
And CS is a confidence-based team, I feel like, externally looking in, where when they're in it, they get really amped up and they start to believe. And when they're getting kind of beaten down, they probably go into their shells a little bit. Looks like we're going to get a rehost coming up here due to a HUD bug. So I'm envisioning there might be a slight little break delay here before we get back under to way. 7-6 though in favor of Circular Spheres. The timeout was of course taken by Chiefs, so that has elapsed. We will go to a short break when we come back straight into the game here to conclude the opening map of this series.
How they say it's not the destination, it's the journey.
And the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And you know what?
They're right.
Into the level 1v1, the close end for the ball, Wing saves the bullet! Holy, what is going on? He grabs that one out, 2-on-1, we're gonna see Se difensivo, il 20 tempo attacco e si ritira! Prioritization,
辛かったけど一番最悪な彼氏が考えてみたらずっと毎日頑張れる別に好きじゃなかったんだけど一番本当はそういう思いだそれ言われたんだ
突き抜くベースグラスにリップなびく髪どこで踏み外した熱いギター踊るワンピース悪口はもうやめた週末の雨に持て余したからがまた求めてるコンフォ不意に響いた電話に戸惑うから目を閉じるもう泣かないキラリキラめく夜のムーンライト陰る街に一人歌うああどこにだって安らぐ場所見つけられずまだゆらりゆらめく夜にムーンライトセピア色に映る私そう目が覚めたら孤独の中差し込んだ光寂しさで許したから後の愛もう弱さも涙も私は必要ないのキラリキラめく夜のメイリキラリ君が残したキス
So we return to the lower bracket quarterfinal here for Oceania Playoffs Day 2. Opening map advantage to Circular Spheres. They get 2 opportunities to close out their map pick of Cafe. Chiefs will go defense this round. Next round, if required, defense for CS once again.
Attackers need to
Go
locate
to service and cooking here for Chiefs, which has proven to be the site quite difficult to take for these teams so far on this particular map. In fact, so far, it has not been won by an attacking team. Good choice. They bring Tex onto the clash, and I do wonder if this will be now an opportunity for CS to get a 3rd go at this in dealing with the Clash VIP. Last time out, they lost the Bucks straight off the rip. Then you lost more, and then they never really got a good opportunity to kind of test themselves in this round. Chiefs will play, I guess, largely the same. Tex will go VIP. It'll most likely have someone over towards Bar.
5 seconds
I wouldn't be
left
opposed to
before
seeing CS go for something like a bakery here, but I guess
attackers are heading out to defuse a
I just don't
bomb.
want to.
Funny trend I've noticed as well. We talked a lot in the first half about lack of conversion for opening kills. Every single round in the second half, plus the prior round, the first in overtime, it has been converted. So that entry has been
changed.
Absolutely flipped. Critical for CS on defense. Now, we flip back to the dynamic potentially of the first half where Chiefs are on defense, and maybe that entry is less impactful.
Yeah, it looks like all the stats have been put in. Jigsaw on 18 kills right now, so we'll go off that. And you can see already Jake Henner, the apprehension of wanting to really put a foot wrong here, thinking maybe he can find an angle bottom red stairs. Gotta be careful when you're playing that buck, though. You don't want to lose your life straight away. Jigsaw will stop the Boogie Auto Breacher once again towards red stairs. Makes the cross down safely as well, despite pressure. Trying to stop this, but well, it did a decent amount of work this time. Last time he was able to stop it and destroy it really early. So that vert has been opened up towards red. Jake Henner can actually now utilize this skeleton key as well. So far, so good for CS. 90 seconds left in the round. Still no frag grenades to deal with Tex towards VIP. They have got flashes, many. Neptune, they bring the Rayora. What are they cooking here in this round? Clutch drone from Scars. What kind of information is he going to be able to steal away? Well, nothing. Mute jammer in towards Freezer.
60 on the clock. Meacham is imposing problems on side. It is a bakery pivot though from CS.
Here we go. Well, I wonder what Tex does here. Oh, Jigsaw though. Finds the long angle. And might just almost get a second. Arguably should have. And then up close, Oda gets the double. They walk into his line of sight. And once again, this site in particular proving to be an almighty task for attacking teams. That goes for both CS and for Chiefs. And we are going the distance well and truly. And that's now 20 for Jigsaw. Hunter. Dispatches of Tex. Had a chance to take out Jigsaw, who is quite low on the Malusi. Only 20 seconds. Does have the kit, but arguably not winning this one. You would imagine one close up bar. That's Quiz. Stays tucked in, keeping himself hidden. Could pop up at any moment. Now with multitude of players looking down that corridor. As Quiz does stand up, he'll sit back down by Hunter. And Josh will put an end to the round. So 15 rounds required in the opening map of Cafe. Both teams now with an opportunity to take the opening map of this elimination game. CSGO defense. Do they now themselves go first floor? Cooking and service has been, well, very difficult. No, reading and fireplace. Now last time out they went fireplace and mining. Sorry, they went reading and fireplace. It's in, put it wrong on the tracker.
Yeah, I think it dupes on the API. It's still broken.
So now they go fireplace and mining.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Oh, this match really could not get any closer. 3-3 half into a 3-3 half into a max OT. A map deserving of unlimited OT, but we don't want to be here till 5 AM, and so it will be decided here in the 15th. CS and defense leaning heavily again into the Bravo ban. Outside of the Azami, which will be vulnerable to the catch bans, every single one of those operators defensively is somebody that the attack typically on a map like Cafe is going to bring the Bravo to counteract. Capcan hidden as well.
He hasn't placed any EDDs, so it's complete.
5 seconds to go.
Completely hidden.
And we haven't seen a Capcan at all this series. So this is going to be something that's not at the forefront of the mind of Chiefs. Unless somebody, hopefully for their sake, drones it and finds it and pings it and comms it. And they remember.
I'm pretty sure we actually did have a Capcan at
the
start.
we did see it round 3. Yeah. We did see it round 3.
Yeah, but that was by Chiefs.
So not played by... Chiefs haven't played into it though.
Yep. No, they have not. And completely hidden as well by Jay Kenner. So something to keep in mind later in the round. Just seeing if there's EDD explosions, then well and truly, job done. The issue is though, once Jay Kenner is spotted out, then they know there's a Capcan. Then, you know, that kind of defeats the purpose really of hiding. But the main thing you're hiding really are those EDDs and hope that maybe they don't get droned and get spotted.
Position secured.
So early death marker onto Neptune towards the white corridor. Has been droned out as well. Oh, Hunter caught from above. Jigsaw aggressive down red stairs, and Hunter so fortunate to be alive. On critical health now, but does stay alive.
Can still get active on those evil eyes, which is really important, provided that he can get to a safe haven. He'll probably just play inside of one of the trains, and I think that's what he's doing right now. So
that's his job now. You are on cams. Starting to look to clear top floor, which does have presence defensively by CS, and they've lost Goofed and Neptune rather quickly. Good clear from Chiefs up above, not messing around. And Scars is in a very precarious position and does get caught out by Jigsaw in this round, and Map is therefore now slipping away from Circular Spheres. It's all on Jay Kenner on this Capcan. Hunter's so low, can't really get involved.
There's nothing he can do. It's all up to Jay Kenner here to make the play.
And he's still got 60 seconds as well, so much time, and he's going to get hunted down now as well by Tex. This map is looking over. Chiefs look like they're going to escape by the skin of their teeth. This is going to be an absolute getaway on Cafe. Down 7-6, 2 chances for CS. And it seems like they've squandered those opportunities. But as time does run down, there's always He had a chance of maybe a plant denial. Oda's got the kit. Over towards White Stairs. 30 seconds. Still inside a fireplace is Hunter, but they've had to give up mining completely. Hunter shut down. 1v5. Jay Kenner's going to have to pull off the biggest rap play of his life. There's an EDD. Onto Oda. That is Diffuser, but up close quiz, and it's all done. Chiefs will take the opening map of Cafe. All 15 rounds were required, and it looked like happy chappies. They probably weren't happy it went that long. Alas though, job done. Lair, their pick, coming up next.
A mighty close map between these two, almost impossible to separate, and a map deserving of unlimited OT, but not to be. Chiefs taking map number 1.
How they say it's not the destination, it's the journey.
And the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And you know what?
They're right.
It's another 1v1, the close end for the ball, win, saves and what is going on? C'est effectivo, il va intentando plantar, mas saiu de guerra. Prioritization, the
get bitten, so don't hold me back. We don't have my side. Why can't you be the light that I need? Can't you see what you've done to me? I'm falling apart with you. I wanna fall with you. I wanna flow with you. I need to know the truth. So tell me why you send me those signs filled with flowers and lies. Then you tear me to pieces and fade through the night. I broke down my walls and then you left me falling. I just wanna get you out of my life. We're born to fall, and I give it all just to let you know that I will keep you close. We're born to fall, and I give it all just to let you know that I will keep you. So tell me why you send me those signs filled with flowers and lies. Then you tear me to pieces and fade through the night. I broke down my walls and then you left me falling. I just wanna get you.
My name's Anastasios Tomatatsis, also known as Oda. I play for the Chiefs in Australia. So I first got into gaming just hanging out with my brother and my mum, really. Back on the PlayStation 2, we'd play games like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, and then I kind of transitioned into more competitive games like Call of Duty, just hanging out with my dad's mate. He was kind of like a dad gamer. Just kind of just played with him and his son and just got into like quick scoping and all that sort of stuff. I feel like gaming through primary school changed to high school was kind of like just how more serious I took it. I feel like it was more casual when I was younger, and then it kind of transitioned to being more serious, trying to be more competitive, trying to be the best. Yeah, so the games that really changed was I started playing more COD and more Minecraft. I was pretty big on the Minecraft PvP. That got me more competitive and trying to, be the best and beat everyone. So the reason why I enjoyed PvP so much was just the trash talk after it. Being the best and being able to shit talk. Funnily enough, I actually was on a holiday at Greece and I came back and all my friends were just playing this new game, Rainbow Six Siege. So I just, got home, purchased it, and we were just running around custom games, just mucking around. Siege was kind of different when it first came out. There was no other games like it that had like explosives going off, with gunplay, with droning, information. Yeah, so it was kind of just different. And then once I got like the competitive side of it, so like ranked, it just like fed my hunger for playing competitive games. So my first season of Siege, I actually finished in silver back on the PlayStation 4. And then, the next season I was up in Plat Diamond. I feel like the way I improved in Siege was playing it constantly. I feel like the more you play that game, the more you grind, the better you got. Yeah, so I transitioned from PlayStation to PC just because my two mates that were on console bought computers. So I was kind of left behind for a bit. So I saved up some money, I bought a computer and just got straight onto Siege, played against pro players, and just found like another love for Siege again. It was kind of different from console. I feel like PC was more competitive and more trash talky. The console was just more casual. Yeah, so the main difference I would say for me coming from console to PC would just be like the mechanics. I had those Minecraft mechanics, but Siege was kind of different. You had queuing, you had faster movements. Yeah, also it was pretty difficult, transitioning to a more faster paced game. Yeah, so the operators and kind of roles I would play was just the frag operators, Originally I was more of a Ash Jaeger ACOG type of player, just getting in the building, getting more active. And then I kind of transitioned to a more, slow pace on the bomb site type of player. Yeah, so from going to rank to a more competitive player, I just wanted to verse the best. I was watching Oz Pro League, and I wanted to see if I had what it takes, to beat them.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's about to kick some serious ass? Remember, I'll be watching. Now you see me, now you don't.
Get ready! I'm taking them out!
Changing mags. I got these. Got my eyes on you. Located enemy.
So we return to the lower bracket quarter-final. Chiefs and Circular Spears. Chiefs now 1-0 up in the series, taking out Cafe in what was an absolute battle, 8-7. It was not close, and unfortunately for CS, they've been on the wrong side of these 8-7s. They lost an 8-7 against Ludovica last week. That one actually on this very map, and of course meant that they made themselves come to this position on the lower side of the bracket. Had they actually won that series and then potentially lost to Enterprise, they would have ended up taking on TSG today, which you would imagine they would have been the favourites in. So instead, they get Chiefs after losing that one. The Montang has been banned along with the Clash, so 2 shields. Make that 3 with the Blitz to follow. Kaid as well will be the final ban. And we head into Lair. The map pick of Chiefs. So they did choose this map, despite the fact that CS played it last week, ultimately losing it, yes, but it was an 8-7 loss, so they were competitive. Circular Spears got 5 defensive rounds in the first half on Lair. It was an overall defensive juggernaut of a match between themselves and Ludovica. Chiefs will start on attack, and well, that will set the tone nice and early in this series, considering if Chiefs can get a plethora of attacking rounds here, it should then set them up in the second half when they switch to defense.
Essentially impossible to split these two back on Cafe. A 3-3 half backed up by another 3-3 half into round 15. So fingers crossed we get a competitive map between these two once more. The selection of Chiefs, so you give them a slight edge, but CS certainly not to be underestimated. Chiefs heavily reliant on Jigsaw back on map number 1. If that trend continues and he has a decline, we'll see if the rest of the team steps up or if they'll find troubles as well. Some of the hard hitters from CS not really having the most amazing opening map. Goofed probably the one to highlight. 8-14 back on Cafe, but still a testament to the rest of the roster who were able to stand tall. And the fact that they pushed 15 rounds and not a single player with 100 EPS or more is actually quite remarkable. Like, they really dug their heels in, but ultimately CS fell short.
Jigsaw got 21 kills, by the way, which I would imagine is short of the record. He was
the record's more than 27. Because Onigiri got 27. I think that was equal with Palu, and then that got beaten by...
It's the OCE record, not the overall record.
No, Goof has the overall record.
Oh, really? Oh, well, then it's probably like 29 or something.
At least.
Either way, into Lair. Josh is going to be the first death at the hands of Neptune. Obviously a plethora of shield bans, but the Blackbeard's still up for Tex to utilize here. Trissal, well and truly thrown early. Tex is easily able to avoid that one. Makes his way towards the Mez. There was a slight delay in starting this match as someone had to go to the toilet.
So the Maverick can play for primary hard breach, main wall, Jigsaw to hold the line, maybe anticipating Goofed to be close by, but that will not be the case. He's around the corner. Drone working through lobby, Hunter holding down that main stairs position with shotgun and Quiz. He may be forced to contest, especially now considering it is a 5 versus 3.
Oh, the timing for Quiz, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, you're holding, and then you go for the util, and that's when he swings. It happens every time, doesn't it? And this leaves them in a really awkward position now. 2v5, Jig and Oda were playing for the wall. Now they have to basically just walk into the map. No real information. There's a Goo Mine thrown over by Neptune. Flash thrown by Oda, trying to clear left. And keep the barriers in the way. Yeah, this round's done. Not often I'll call around when Jigsaw's still alive and he can do some crazy things, but... Another flash. Nicely avoided by Neptune, but he does go for the peaks. Jigsaw then gets to the second.
Jakey.
I mean, surely you've got multiple players that are
way.
able to cover these angles. You still got to walk through this doorway. There's still a keeper barrier to deal with as well. Jacana on the other side, and he can just replenish. Another keeper barrier straight back up. You can see the amount of work that Jigsaw and Oda are having to do. Oda trying to find maybe an angle, but Jigsaw lost his life on the other end of the Mezzanine. Jacana swings the doorway. CS do get the job done. They absolutely tried the duo for Chiefs, but CS were always in the most advantage position.
A good opening round there. To reiterate as well, bans Monty, Blitz, Clash, Kaid. So that's 3 shields total off the board. Chiefs with backs against the wall at the midpoint of the round, 3 versus 5. Quiz had to make a play up main stairs to try and unlock that cross for Jig and Oda.
Attackers need
He
to
himself, though,
locate and defuse
timed,
bombs.
got caught. Utility in hand. That was essentially round over. So good start to CS. Basement to follow up. Going to see the shovels from the scope post in play, and so Jay Kenner given the license to roam. And we have a replay with comms, apparently. Maybe at the end.
10 seconds left.
Nice, boys. Good shit. Oi, fucking discipline. Oi, discipline, boys. Lock it up.
Discipline, boys! No, mechanics.
I feel like that's the mindset of CS.
Forget discipline, just mechanics. Just be better.
I like that. That's the right mentality.
Yeah, good way to start. I mean, like, they obviously would have been a little disappointed to lose out on Cafe when you went 7-6 up in OT. You think we got 2 opportunities here to close out. 1 attack, 1 defense. Squander both. Now we have to do it the long way. But I will say, in this series, CS, I still feel strong on them for Clubhouse. So it's just about getting there. Whether it's Cafe, whether it's Lair, it doesn't really matter. Just get to Club, and I think there'll be a very, very strong opposition on that map. So far, so good to begin on Lair, but Neptune goes for a little bit of a wide peek. Jigsaw ready for it, gets the kill. Another opening one for him. He goes to 3 to begin on Lair. Here's the difference. I think Neptune might have been on the more mechanics side, not the discipline side with that early swing.
So a minute into the round, and Chiefs will slowly progress for map control. It's just Jake Kenner on the top floor. He'll probably look to play for some drones, a bit of time, and eventually TP back.
TP?
Yeah.
You'll teleport.
Have you played too much RuneScape?
90 seconds. Goofed holding towards reception. There's one towards the left-hand side, but not too close. He would have heard that drop down as well.
Oh, they're looking to contest this vert pretty aggressively. I don't hate this. Jake Kenner in support as well for the double swing.
Good swing from Goofed. Clears out Josh.
I like this mid-round aggression from CS. We saw inklings of it on Cafe, but a much more difficult map to execute. Lair, much larger scale. You can kind of go for these players more frequently.
Blackbeard at the end of that hallway, though, is a scary figure. Oh, here we go. Close contact quiz on the right-hand side. Up close, Jake in briefing. Jake Kenner's aware of it,
I just
though.
play time if I'm Jake Kenner.
Yeah, he is aware. And he's got Goofed as well, so you don't want to swing this doorway. You want him to swing into the double line of fire, but Quiz is aware that that's a bit of a death trap in towards briefing.
The rest of the team has rotated to get sight now for Chiefs.
Here we go. Goofed. Oh, just wanders through. You knew that Quiz was there. Didn't quite get the memo. And Tex, wanting to play it, does have the kit.
Good grenade.
Yeah, really good frag grenade, and really smart as well from Tex to play off of that. Pulled out the gun, shot in the back. Joe Kenner gets through to Oda. Nice little flank here from the Scopos. Has to deal with this Blackbeard. Hunter wins the battle against Jigsaw. 2v2, 12 seconds left. Still need to get that kit down. Tex knows that. He's got to play it close as well. Hunter just overswung though from Quiz. A sheer aggressive moment from the Ash, and Tex can now get the plan inside a lab. Nothing that Joe Kenner can do to stop it either. And so this is going to be a 1v2 post plan against the Blackbeard. This becomes so difficult, even with this red ping information. They play together. But as long as Tex does not show too much. This should not be winnable for Jake Kenner. He'll get on it early, hoping that maybe Tex will put that shield down and put the gun up. Tex is playing this really, really smart, and honestly, so is Quiz. Quiz falling back and says, "You've got it, buddy." There's the knockdown. Nice. There's the kill. Well played. Chiefs have got their own discipline.
Chiefs had to do a lot of hard work. So I guess made that very difficult through multiple portions of the round. You had the Jake Kenner roam, which made things tricky. They had to be very patient against Goofed, and they were rewarded there. Hunter did a great job late round, though, denying plant, even after being dislodged from the frag grenade. He and Jake Kenner on the pinch on the backstairs position did a really, really good job in making that default plant essentially impossible. Forced the reposition. It was up to Quiz, really, in the 2v2 to break the tussle there. He had to continually shoulder pick and shoulder pick and shoulder pick and shoulder pick to finally land this kill onto Hunter right here. This is a massive kill. Dislodging Hunter, then puts Jake Kenner in the 1v2 with Blackbeard on the board.
Good round, boys. Let's go, boy.
With the Blackbeard on the board, it takes a really, really big throw from Tex for that to fall apart, and he just played his role really well. So the tussle continues between these two.
Located by attackers.
Round 3, prep phase.
10 seconds left before insertion.
You can see us bunker down here on the tertiary
5
side.
seconds to go.
Repick off the Blackbeard onto Sense for
Attackers
Chiefs.
are moving to defuse a bomb.
Again, one of the teams that hasn't had a ton of access to the Blackbeard throughout this stage. Haven't played it nearly as much as CS, who lead the front in OCE. Capital also select a double primary hard breach as well, so maybe considering a little bit more of a direct approach here. Wait and see. No dedicated vert if they were to go above. It does indicate that they want to be a bit more direct. Easier said than done though on this side. A lot of shotguns in play, so the vert will be established here by defense. I'm sure Chiefs will want to at least have perceived pressure on those positions above.
I'd say Kai taught me well. Sequential breaching activated.
Airjack planted. Ready to go.
Curious how aggressive CS are going to continue to get here. Last round wasn't awful. They did lose it though. It was a pretty big map, and you can certainly play to the movement on defense. Right now, full exterior positions for Chiefs though. No map control. Tanks into the goo mine. Trying to just make an entry in through this window. Quiz has gone for more of a bottom floor lurk and make his way up. Hunter with the opening pick onto Oda. Certainly been one avenue that Circular Spheres have been better at so far today. Has been their opening kill metric. The worst team in the playoffs remaining in Oceania in that particular department. Where are these ROUs going to go in from Tex? Well, one through the doorway, red ping, chucked in left. He gets the cross, and in the end, the shield screen actually quite beneficial for Hunter.
Hunter pinched, but can still play safe in this position.
Tex? I'm not sure what was happening, but he was getting taken quite low. Maybe he was getting shot through the hatch. Just a little bit of vert here for CS. Yeah. And Quiz is now very much wary of it. Yeah. It's like, well, we've got sight, boys. We can get the plant down, but we're getting shot from above. But the main thing is that this plant will go down successfully. Never mind, denied last second. Tex goes down, 35 seconds. Now you've got to recover that diffuser, and now you really have to start thinking, we've got no vert here. If another angle is found, we could lose this round. And despite this yellow ping, it doesn't matter. Angle found from Jakey. And it leaves Quiz with it all to do. Knows he has to battle demons up above, and CS take the third round. Chiefs wanted the shortcut route into sight, but never cleared above.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of theory crafted that heading into the round. Given their lineup, it did suggest a very direct take, but left them vulnerable. It almost worked, and they probably could have then played the post from outside if they were able to reposition. However, really good denial in that round from CS. Right at the death, just before that diffuser was planted. Big difference maker, and then they could retain control above. There was that follow-up denial as well, so good information being relayed and acted upon. CS with the lead at the quarter time break. It's Ace and Bandit off the board.
Yeah, and already a pacing difference. I'm looking at the opening kill times back on Cafe, a lot of minute and a half, so around that minute mark on average, minute to a minute and a half. So far in the opening 3 rounds of Lair, 2 minutes 20, 2 minutes 24, and I think around 2 minutes as well again. So we're getting a lot more earlier engagements on Lair. Actually, no, sorry, it was a minute and a half, so that one actually goes against the point I'm trying to make here, but I guess the first 2 rounds certainly played out far quicker in terms of pacing. That opening kill did go the way, of course, of Circular Sphere, so they got 2 of the first 3. And it seems like back on Cafe, Chiefs slightly edged out the opening kill department. We look at the actual overview now between the 2 maps. So we've got 3 rounds played here on Lair, and we've got obviously all at Cafe to look at. 24 and 10 for Jigsaw, 14 and 11 for Hunter, the 2 leaders for their respective teams. The player that's struggling the most, though, is actually Goofed. 9 and 15.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to get Paul Beers in. Still time to turn around some of the individual form, but more than anything that matters is certainly the team form. And so far, CS have been performing well as a team. Hunter is actually, by the way, having like a live series compared to the group stage. He's up to a 14 and 11. Actually made that, sorry, 15. Previous round hadn't been added in, so I'll add in the extra kill. Tex on the Glaz. And Quiz on the Nook. Well, he did go for a lurk entry in the last round. The Nook is probably a better operator for it than the Ace.
I think that's Neptune on the other side. Just need to be mindful. Currently engaging player on Repel. Pretty static so far. Gas Babe's being expended early on into the piece though from Scar, sensing some pressure, and that is Tex and Oda. Double stacking the North Valk.
Yeah, good Gas Babes though from Scar, so even though the smokes go out, you can't really push through if you're Tex. You can only play the longer angle. And then also blocked a little bit here with the Kiba barrier.
Triple stack from CS. They love these kind of triangle crosses. We saw it back at Cafe.
They've got 1 smoke left after this, by the way. So if you can kind of just wait this out, no one dies to this, then there's only 1 more opportunity for that Glaz to have full effect. But Tex, aggressive, push through. Scars was full white.
Foot. You saw it.
Oh, Jigsaw. Well, now he sees it, and he shoots early as well. And he how did he win that? We thought...
I thought he was dead.
I thought he was dead as well.
I was so confused.
I thought Jay Kenner swung the corridor and killed him. Goop, though, gets the kill onto Jigsaw. That's not often you see Jigsaw in that kind of position.
He was just so locked in on his crosshair.
Yeah, it's just so locked in. 37 seconds, 3v2. Josh yet to find the kill. He's going to need to find 3 of them. Down onto Neptune. Now a 1v2. He's got still a little bit of time. Grismont Mine, though, a nuisance. Neptune down. You can spot him on the other side of that table. Goof looking for the swing. Makes contact. Falls back. He needs to play off of Hunter. Get Hunter over here and on. Help out each other. Don't give him 1v1s. He's still going to get this kit. Play the time. Remember, boys, discipline. Discipline. Oh! Good shot onto Hunter. And a good swing from Goofed. Oh. You can see Goof pulling his hair out as well at the end on the player cam. CS go 3-1 up. And if they had have won Cafe, this would have been nervous moments for Chiefs. They've got the added benefit of winning the opening map.
This is definitely a bit more of a chaotic map in comparison to Cafe. Just the open nature of Lair and its immaturity in the map pool, I think, showing a bit throughout this series. We return to basement. Chiefs did find success on this site, largely aided by Blackbeard in the post and some good play throughout the mid to late round from the likes of Quiz. So we'll see if they can replicate that here. Again, note they are on attack into Lair. Can at times be a very defend-decided map depending on the 2 teams clashing. So I'm still the firm belief if they replicate success either here or in the final round, they're very much in the mix to be able to win the map and close out the series, but difficult to deny that CS are playing well at the moment.
5 seconds to insertion.
As you highlighted as well, Hunter having a great series, and he's continued that form here.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Wall secured.
Mute Mozzie combo in play for the 5th round, so it'll be an aggro roam, looking to deny as much information as possible. And add into the equation 4 nitro cells. 4 nitro cells for the defense. The vert clear for Chiefs here is not going to be a particularly pleasant one, you would imagine. But they're looking to take it head on. Tex to lead the charge, and Neptune up close, playing this rather aggressively. Again, it's another triangle roam here from CS. 3 players interconnected, looking to try and trade off one another.
Gotta remember as well, last time we saw it last week, very defender-sided. CS are doing more of the same. It was a 5-1 half lead that they had against Ludovica. Ultimately lost that one, 8-7. Moving around the map once again, though, and that's proven to be a good strength of theirs here on Lair. Really playing to the sides of the map, which is also causing Chiefs to have to spend a lot more time clearing. Nitrocell narrowly avoiding Tex. Owned by Goofed through the hatch. These rounds are getting closer and closer in terms of remaining players alive. 3, 2, 2, and 1. Goofed is going to be the first to fall, and at the exact same time, so too will Neptune. Adrenal Surge from Jigsaw to get him back up. Same with Oda in terms of health. A really strong advantage now for Chiefs. Must convert. They're really struggling to deal with this Blackbeard. I'm surprised they never banned it out. You ban out the Monty, you ban out the Blitz, you lead the Blackbeard. I know they apparently wanted to get rid of the Ace, but this Blackbeard has been a nuisance. They're going to lose this round, and Chiefs are going to find a second attacking round here on Lair. Nope. Nope.
Okay. Well, they've resettled Chiefs basement again. Success.
I don't know why you don't ban the Blackbeard.
It has arguably been the most influential operator in the 2 rounds they've won, so steadies the ship a little bit. A third here would be massive, but no doubt difficult. Yeah, great start to the round. They just pinched this roam and broke it down. The rest of the remaining defense then forced to stay above and try to manufacture plays. But
well, I mean, I'll wait. I'm assuming we got maybe end of round comms here.
Yes. 20 HP.
Despite.
Nice.
Good attack, boys. Great attack. 3-3 fucking.
Well, like the map itself, if CS are playing it where they're moving around, they're trying to really stretch the attackers, force them to clear out. What helps that for attacking team? Blackbeard, shield, walking through doorways, clearing out corridors. When maybe you don't have information as to the whereabouts where these defenders are at. What helps? Shield, Blackbeard.
Jammer ready to activate.
And that's proven to be the real big strength for Chiefs, is being able to play behind that. Tex has been playing it well. It seems like in this round they're going to switch off it though and bring the sends.
Wall fortified.
Enjoy the...
we saw this last time, right? The Capitao in the sense to play coverage against the Vert as opposed to directly taking it on at a head on face value. And it got denied last time. So
yeah.
What's going to be the difference maker for Chiefs this time to prevent that from happening? Was it just bad luck? Do they need more pressure up above? Was the util placement off? Do they try a different plant position? There's a couple of different options they could try and go with. I'm intrigued to see what ultimately they go for. Because again, that floor is just being completely processed by the defense in such a way that there's very little, if not nowhere, really to plant safely.
So they did have the Ace, but that banned out. Now they bring the Thermite. Quick open up. That's not going to be converted.
Oh, I caught in the mute jammer. Not ideal. It's just one piece of information more that will be available to defense.
I do feel like this is when Chiefs kind of overcook a little bit with these lineups. And the sends, for example. They look far better when they're playing a little bit more defaulty, play behind the Blackbeard.
Oh, they're clearly convinced that they made an error last time out. So what's the difference going to be this time?
Oh.
Well, it's going to be no sense.
Well, no sense.
Which is a large piece of the puzzle.
Dare I say, if Tex is on the Blackbeard there, he obviously just doesn't die, does he, right? I think that's...
Yeah, that really hurts Chiefs losing that operator first. They still have the Capital for smokes. They still have 4 available in the hands of Quiz and Oda, so it's not absolute end of the world. They need to deal with Hunter, though. He's the only player on site. He is the only player on the objective.
Reynolds still above, but you also haven't got anyone looking to clear above. A lot of the same issues perpetrating from what we saw last time. There's only a minute left now, so it's a very difficult timing to pivot upstairs, go clear out second floor. You've still got mirror windows to deal with. Again, they're going to be just looking to try and walk into the site. You don't have the sends either, though, to block a lot of vision. 4 versus 3, 40 seconds.
Hunter's doing a great job of just staying alive.
Yeah, staying alive. And then if they go for a plant, he's got the Nitro because he's playing close. Neptune also has a Nitro Cell too, but he's playing up above. Nitro thrown, though, by Hunter, out early. And I think Neptune went for the drop and got caught. And Hunter with the peak gives away his position. Now, they still haven't cleared out Scars and Goof. No one on second floor right now for Chiefs. So if they can find the denial, there's the yellow ping information shot through the floorboard. And guess what? You're in the same predicament that you were in last time here, Chiefs. It's like they haven't learned from their failings. Oda just going to try and stick this plant and pray that no one is in a position to deny, and it seems like that will be the case. Prayers answered, plant down. Now it's a 1v2 post-plant scenario. But immediately almost lost his life, peeking through that doorway. Still one above in Scars. Running around, and Oda's obviously aware of that. He can hear the footsteps. Still green stairs. Goo, 30 seconds. Here's CS. The Goof's position is known, pushing down this corridor. Oda has played the angle well, but on the drop down off the intel in the 2v1, Scars plays it better. 4-2 up to close the half in favor of Circular Spheres.
Clean work from CS, similar style defense, and Chiefs struggling to deal with info. The sense died first. The smokes didn't provide enough coverage, and ultimately getting that diffuser down, even in the 1 versus 2, was not the best of positions.
Will that be enough, though? The 2 attacking rounds for Chiefs as they go defense themselves here on Lair. Because last time out, Circular Spheres could only muster up 1 attacking round against Ludovica. Blackbeard instantly banned. Followed by the Blitz. And on the other side of the coin, it is the electrification of the Kaid and the Bandit. Does leave the Montang available. I don't think you necessarily need it. And if Oda's going to be playing the Clash anyway, that can counteract that Monty. So I think these are good bans right now from Chiefs.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Yeah, I particularly like the Blackbeard ban. Again, casting our mind back to the pre-show, CS have the highest pick rate of Blackbeard in the league. They've played it 23 times total, so across 60 rounds. I don't know what the pick percentage would be when available, but presumably very high. So Chase will strip that tool for the second half. We're going to see more sense play, it would appear, though, in this half. Okay.
Anybody need a shave?
Wasn't quite as impactful as Chiefs would have liked, but Circular Spheres have confidence.
Yeah, I mean, when it was used and when we actually got to see the ROUs come out, I didn't think it had amazing effect. And then if you lose it early, then you get no effect.
Drone activated.
They might... I mean, there's a couple of different options available in how you want to deploy the ROUs, so we'll certainly wait and see. Could be an ops across here, and they use it to cover against deep Plantanol later on. Oda holding the line though on the Clash, so this clear will be rather difficult. No grenades again from CS and no Capital.
Same bans as last time for Circular Spheres. Their third ban was the Valkyrie, so keep that in mind. So clearly playing to, again, a somewhat strength of having played this map earlier last week. Oh, shot from Jigsaw. Again, the difference maker in this series really has been Jigsaw.
Well, it's the Oda Jigsaw show. Oda feeding that live info and Jigsaw not missing.
I dare him.
Yeah, this is a really strong position into this lineup especially. Like, what are you using to clear the Clash Shield here? It's the same issue as VIP Cafe. They don't have the tools to deal with it. I think they need to just try and avoid the Clash almost entirely, right? Maybe you can try and flash him out with the Ying, but outside of that, closing that distance will be tough. Oda pivots, maybe sensing the over-rotation from CS. Places the shield R6. I think that posture's good.
Yeah, they're looking to bunker down now, I think. Only a minute remaining.
Jacana below could be a threat. He is in a position to vert this if CS get a read. That's really going to be their best tool here in contesting him, I think.
Reload.
But Oda's not playing it overly static either. And Jacana's now very tough as well, so... Hunter with Diffuser has control ops across.
Well, they need Jacana because they lost Goofed. So you've got to get extra bodies. You can't really afford to have him down below this entire time. He loses his life anyway.
There we go, okay. Jacana down on the trade, 3 versus 3.
Candela out from Neptune. He has 3 more Candelas available, plus a couple of smokes. Just waltzing through that doorway, though. Free kill onto Quiz. And suddenly puts it all onto Jigsaw and Josh to work out how they're going to be able to save this round. They even went back and got Jacana in bunks with 15 seconds left. 4 versus 2. You've got the numbers. You've still got 2 Candelas available.
Jigsaw
sitting inside a Master. Jigsaw, long angle, watching that doorway. ROU comes out, blocks off that vision. Now changes his crosshair more towards the actual breach itself. Double knockdown. Jake is the only one left, and he has no time. It's a masterful performance from Jigsaw and Josh as they combine to save the round for Chiefs. Tactical timeout by Chiefs called. They were staring down the barrel of a 5-2 deficit and stolen at the death in a 2 versus 4. It's now 4-3 into the tack. 11 kills now for Jigsaw. And over the course of the entire series, he is now up to 32 kills.
That round was so good for CS
He is
until it wasn't.
32 and 13.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And it's like, that's impressive, right? But it's an 8-7-4-3. And someone's going 32 and 13.
What? Yeah. So much damage on that cross.
This is choke point. It's just a choke point. And again, the ROU, did it change anything? Not really.
I don't think its deployment was as good as it could have been. I mean, I know the rebound's kind of rough sometimes, but yeah. I mean, ultimately, the clear onto the Clash and stuff was really, really good. And
yeah,
it was like, damn, CS are
and maybe if Jacana hadn't got down, they would have had a
little
little bit more time because he didn't have to send someone to bunks and go pick him back up. And maybe they could have actually just completely negated him and just said, we'll go in 3v2. But with more time and less rush, at the end of the day, I think it was a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. And Jigsaw was always in the best position to capitalize and did do so. So 4-3, still a lead for CS, but they're going to need attacking rounds. And for those maybe just tuning in, not quite sure, winner of this moves on to the lower bracket semi-final. They will play the winner of Ludovica TSG, that game straight after this. And then after that, in the upper bracket final, Enterprise GG. And then we swing back to the lower bracket to close out today. Dev Marta and Pengu will be covering the last 2 best of 3s today.
Where are you going?
Going home.
By the time you drive home, it's almost time to come back for tomorrow.
Reload.
So the IQ in play, direct counter onto the Echo from Tex. Some utility set up here on the first floor, and understandably so, considering there's multiple players holding up above. And
what an angle.
There's one of them, it's Quiz. He's hit some really sharp shots in this series.
I think that's just a little bit of a lack of awareness, though, from Jay Kenner. I think he was caught off guard by the keeper barrier and the line of sight that was blocked. Good kill from Goof, though. And he almost got the second as well onto Quiz. That would have really opened back this round for CS. It would have been a 3v3. Quiz stays alive, holds this key position in Armory.
As designed, Kiva activated.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, Quiz is on. Ooh. This flash did get over the back of that keeper barrier. Hunter's the only one left, though, now on the attack, and Chiefs are going to tie things up 4-4. Even if Quiz does lose his life, going for the swing from the keeper barrier. Round of life. Little play on words to insinuate a life round. To be fair, Quiz didn't really do that much. He just played a key position behind the keeper barrier and was just peeking and getting kills. Hunter's obviously going to play this out. 50 seconds, 1v3.
It's not impossible.
Not impossible, but very unlikely as long as Chiefs don't do anything too silly. Hence the fallback from Josh. He thought about playing stairs.
Well, Goya's and 2 smoke canisters. It's almost impossible. He can open the hatch here. I think that's what he's going to go for. Already open. Yeah. So Chiefs take the round. The 8th is theirs. Equalizes the scoreline 4 apiece. Just makes things interesting. Will CS have more growing pains here on attack?
Yeah, I mean, this is probably playing into what we thought would happen. I mean, you kind of look back to last week. If you can't win attack rounds against Ludovica, it's not going to be any easier against Chiefs, and proving to see why.
There's only been one layer played in OCE. Do you remember who it was?
Yep, the CS Ludovica.
Oh, okay. No, the only reason I'm asking is just the validity of this side stats, right? Like, there were only 2 attacking rounds won in that 15-round match.
Yeah, that's what I've been mentioning.
I'm just confirming that in my brain. I'm just connecting the dots.
Yeah,
is this actually real? Like,
it was
again,
the only way game.
Which could perpetuate the storyline that CS attacking into lair could be their ultimate downfall here for stage 1.
Yeah, but I mean, this was also what I was saying on the desk when we saw that Chiefs picked lair, and I was like, well, we've only seen lair once, and it was CS played in that game, so it's a bit of a, brazen kind of map choice. And don't forget, if it wasn't for the Jigsaw and Josh 2v4, like, it would have been a 5-2 start, which puts you in a pretty decent position, gives you a nice little buffer. Now it's 4-4, but attacking is... And it's not even just a nice start, it's an attacking round. Then you only need one more, and you'll have a lot more time to get that one more. Now you're running out of time and chances. And Chiefs are certainly now in the driver's seat at 4-4 on defense, already up 1 map. CS may even start to drop their heads a little bit. If this gets to 6-4, I think it'll be done. I don't know if they'll have the capabilities of sending it to overtime. They've got to start getting some attacking rounds on the board. It has to start here in the 9th round. Super critical round. Neptune on the Nook, Guft on the Dokkaebi. I don't agree with this Sens. Like, the Sens is just not working.
Yeah, Chiefs utilizing it directly in towards that objective to try and cross for the bunks plan. We'll see if that's a similar plan from CS, who have been again afforded this control through that bunk corridor position, able to directly open up sight. No mute from Chiefs in comparison to CS, who played it in the hands of Hunter, I think. So there is that now perceived pressure for the remainder of the round, and Odo, the only player on site, will have to mind all of that. Quiz also first floor, but he's over towards med. And in fact, is on drone currently, so he needs to be careful he doesn't get cut off.
Only 3 opening kills in the 9 rounds played for CS. Again, that metric has been definitely won by Chiefs over the course of the series. Despite improvement from Circular Spears, they're still behind in that regard. Logic Bomb expires. 1 more available for Goofed. Neptune is lurking towards the mezzanine and will look to put some pressure onto that 2nd floor. And really, I think what will have to be here, CS hit, and then those that are top floor Chiefs are preoccupied looking down. Neptune comes in, and get some kills. That's got to be their win con. There's the slow walk off the back of the logic bomb. Now they need to start working as a team, in sync, hitting sight. And they do that. Scars gets the kill onto Oda. Here the ROU is trying to duck in towards Bunk. They've got Neptune above. There's that clear. And so far, this has been executed very nicely from Circular Spheres. Plant successfully down. And you've got Neptune above. Getting the kills on sight. A well-worked round from Circular Spheres gives them a lifeline here on Lair. That might be one of the better executed rounds that we've seen from them all series long. Had a clear game plan. Everyone played their role. Discipline.
I mean, they shaped up better than Chiefs as well in a one-to-one comparison. I think having that lurk pressure up above and also the positioning of the sense, the two massive deal breakers, or difference makers rather. It is the tertiary side though. Chiefs may be able to tease that finish line a little bit earlier by winning the primary and the secondary to follow and at least pushing OT. So that's certainly a factor to consider. Final bans are Clash and Sense. So if Chiefs can replicate success on the primary sites, push us to that objective again for a potential regulation win, with the Sense off the board, CS could be in trouble, but still a lot of Siege to be played out before that eventuates.
And it gives them a
It's a risky target ban for Chiefs, which I firmly believe is for that objective. I mean, sure, maybe the Sense as well on this floor, we did see it, but I don't think it's
You
as
also have to
impactful.
consider overtime. Yeah, I mean,
it's a risk from Chiefs. I mean, I don't hate it, but
and I look at it as well because Chiefs themselves played it in the first half, and sometimes if you're playing it, you have an idea as to what it can do, and then they've done it, and they've finally executed it for the first time. The Sen's actually impactful and used well, and then it's sort of like, okay, well, if they're going to start to utilize that and get the most out of it, we're going to take it away. There's not much else we care about them having. They're not playing the Monty, and Monty on Lair is probably too slow for a pretty big map.
Attackers have located a bomb. Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
The mighty Deimos, brought to his knees. Boy, not one more word out of your yapping trap.
I don't think I've ever heard that voice line.
Jeez, that goes for a while. Mighty Deimos has been indeed selected by Jay Kenner.
Yeah, Jay Kenner played the Buck last time out to counter the Clash banned out, so a little bit more dynamic now onto the Deimos.
Good clubhouse be beckoning.
Impact trick main breach, well played by Chiefs.
Reloading.
Oda just able to stall out that progress for a little bit. Maybe the case where CS leave that as is, it's still...
There was a misturn here. Quiz did not get spotted main stairs.
Okay. So Jay, can I get caught?
Very well might.
You could mark the Fenrir, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, Quiz is going to play this.
I think it really just comes down to does Jay Kenner...
Well, there's also Goofed over here as well.
Tex needs to absorb pressure.
Yeah, Tex needs to basically make contact and shoulder peek and then fall back. And even maybe throw a gas babe to really insinuate that main stairs is being taken. Leave Quiz tucked in. Quiz could be the deal breaker here in this round. Oh, shot from Jigsaw. Quiz did find the kill, by the way. Yeah, and this round's done.
So it's almost setting the stage. We're almost there. By that potential bunk round. We're getting closer.
Wow, that was quick. That might be the quickest round that we've seen all series.
Yeah.
Straight on to the next one.
And the flawless rounds have been few and far between as well.
Really well played from Chiefs. So we almost get like the best round played from CS into probably the best round played from Chiefs. Both really stepping up their game now. Tied 5-5. First map went 8-7. There has really been no separating these two teams. The only real standout has been Jigsaw's individual numbers, but on a team v team basis, it's been identical. We go basement now for this round. Who can get the first map point? For Chiefs, it would be series point and elimination point for Circular Spheres. Quiz joining Jigsaw in double digits. In terms of the overall overview, yeah, it's literally like everyone basically inside of the server. We're talking about very fine margins in numbers, and then there's just Jigsaw, 150 EPS. Everyone else is 100 and less.
All Vulcans are on the
10 seconds to go.
Like, it's a really even game. Like, if you were to look at the 9 players, so if you exclude Jigsaw and look at the 9 players, they are all essentially between 50 and 60 cost. They are all around the same kind of KPR, same entry numbers, same KD numbers, and same EPS numbers.
Round 11 basement. Quiz again on the Azami roam. We saw that catch CS out last time, but I anticipate them to be a little better prepared this time around for their second attempt. They may even switch up the routing altogether and go for something else. Josh lurking reception as well and support. In fact, Quiz has actually gone back down to basement. So, difference in posturing. Jigsaw almost caught a timing there, but unable to find an early kill. Does Jigsaw go up, or does he try to retreat to side? I think side's probably the best call. Plays it safe, and Tex will escort him back to the objective. Does forfeit control of the top floor, though. Outside of Josh, he's lurking yellow stairs, but that'll be for a drone fall off. So very different to last time out, where we saw bloodshed thanks to Quiz. More patient this time around. Tex is actually going to go exploring a little bit with that yokai, which I like. Maybe try and feed some information. Has a second one back closer towards the objective. And that could enable Josh to actually push forward here. But he gets caught.
Whoa.
Scars on 1 HP. Survives. And that's critical. Has Logic Bomb.
Yeah, Logic Bomb and flashes as well. So good utility for the end of this round that Scars now still has available for the attacker Circular Spheres. Losing the mute, not that much of an issue. Jigsaw also very low, so limits his ability to get overly aggressive and try and salvage this round. And Quiz gets caught from the hatchet above. Jay Kenner gets the kill onto the Azami. And Chiefs look wounded here in round 11. Nothing that Oda can do. He's got 3 gas babes, but he got flashed out. Trying to just fire back with the SMG-11. Still 3 gas babes. Now gets that out deep in towards the side. Right on top of Neptune's head. Neptune has to fall back. There's still a Vulcan canister, I think, still on the wall if they can try and pop it. And Jigsaw indeed can. That can deny the push through that doorway. Still players above. The hatch angle, though. Hunter wins it. Needed to be won, though, by Jigsaw. And now it's the 5v2. 12 seconds. Got to try and win by time.
Oh,
Oda in the smoke. But he gets traded by Goofed. And Tex falls in the hallway. And Circular Spheres have got map point on Lair.
Oh, that's the twist in the script. I thought we'd be set up for potentially a Chiefs win on bunks, but it's now gone the other way. CS really doing a great job in that last round. It got very, very, very difficult at a couple of points, but the clearance was great.
Imagine if it had been an 8-7 cafe in favor of CS. This could have been elimination round right here and now for Chiefs. Very fortunate the way that they closed out cafe. 6-5 match map point for Circular Spheres, and I still feel like they're going to be a real threat on Clubhouse.
Oh, Josh was unfortunate to lose that one out. I think Quiz got caught with pressure.
Doing his red. I know we do them, but I just don't know who does them.
Some chit-chat from the Chiefs. Tex and Oda. I mean, Oda in the smoke there. Tried his best, but Neptune sharp trade. The comms were really clean there from CS at the conclusion of that round. They event themselves map point. Bunks, though, in play, and Chiefs with the target ban on Sense.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to insertion.
Opening kills as well so far in Lair, Guz. 11 rounds played, only 1 round where an opening kill was not converted into a round win. That is a damning statistic. So that's 10 rounds that you've got the opening pick, you then get the round. Last lives as well in the last 3 rounds, 5, 4, and 4. Oh, Josh. An easy one onto Jay Kennett. Deals with a buck nice and early. Well, I did mention the opening kill statistic. It now is in favor of Chiefs, but they are the one team that got an opening pick and lost the round. All the way back in round 4, goofed swing, kill, clear, and quiz to fall. And just like that, from the opening pick advantage to now being at a disadvantage in the 3v4 for Chiefs. Jigsaw still up, round still alive. Tax taking some unnecessary damage. Plenty of bees in that Quan Hive launcher because we've got 2 minutes in the round. And CS can just slow things down now if they so choose to. Play the Death Marks, play the Grim Bees, play your util. You don't have to rush.
Have really good info as well, but it's even better from Tex.
Winding the clock back with an aggressive swing, and that was a make or break swing. You lose that, you died there. That might be the round, and Jigsaw's on for 2. Hunter in the 1v3. It is a round that has gone back and forth in itself, just this very one alone. And Hunter with it all to do. Kit acquired. Griswold Mine has been set off.
Oh, it was a very different dynamic on this site as we expected, but CS unlikely to even step foot inside of the objective despite a strong start. Chiefs have beaten back on the roam. They forfeit control and they leave it up to Hunter to either drop or lurk down the stairs. Either option, though, surely it's going to be a challenge.
Had to get that kill.
Yeah.
Had to get that kill.
Then it was possible.
It still has a chance, and Jigsaw wins it anyway. We go to overtime on Lair. It is back-to-back overtimes in this lower bracket quarterfinal. We've been saying it all along. There's really not a lot separating these two teams, and that in itself might not be a good thing for Chiefs. No disrespect to Circular Spheres, but Chiefs have got, winning this whole stage in their sights. But if you're just struggling to even get out of this position, how are you going to go against a GG, an Enterprise, and maybe therefore even a Ludovica later on tonight? It's going to be a long night tonight.
I'm somewhat concerned for Chiefs.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
Even if they win this, yeah, I hold that same notion.
They've been good, but to win this stage, you need to be better than good.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you've got Jigsaw playing at his very, very best, and Jigsaw's very, very best is bloody damn good.
He's +9 on entry, by the way, in this series. He has not lost a single entry battle.
9-0 in entry. You don't know the rest of the team? 2-2, 2-2, 1-5, 1-2. Yeah. No one else on Chiefs is positive in entry. But Jigsaw's 9-0. He's 36-16. The other 4 members of Chiefs are all 93 EPS and below.
Entry stat very relevant in this match too. Of the 12 rounds played, it's only not being converted once.
Yep.
So if you win the opening duel, 95% chance you win the round, at least in the context of this series. Chiefs now defense OT. That should be a comfortable position. They are in the box seat to be able to close out this series, but there have been so many twists throughout said series that you cannot discount CS.
I think CS would be absolutely up all night if they lose this series 8-7, 8-7.
Yeah.
When they could have easily then won it themselves 8-7, 8-7. These are the ones that will haunt you. This is when you got to lock in. First map didn't quite go your way in overtime. The second map must, but they're also double attack, guys. So far on Lair, it was 2 attack rounds from Chiefs, 2 attack rounds from CS. It is doable. They themselves just did it. They won basement and first floor.
Neither team's won this objective.
But no one has won this objective.
So
and they have to. Oh, Josh. Man, Goof just cannot really get anything going in this series.
And Josh has been so quiet on entry, but the last 2 rounds, he's been big.
Absolutely. Josh is now 3-5 on the opening kill department.
Everything indicates to this now being a Chiefs round win.
He was 1-5 on entry, Josh, and then that last round, now this round, he gets 2. Oda just quietly 3-8 as well in this map. As we've kind of pointed out with the opening kill statistic, this now becomes unlikely for Circular Spheres. They will have only one more opportunity on attack, which they then must win to do that opportunity. They have to then win defense next round. Got to remember, Chiefs did lose the opening round of OT on Cafe, came back, won the last two. Hunter, though, okay, keeps things spicy. 4 versus 4, trying to push up main. And scars will fall. Nitro, Josh, impactful towards the latter stages of Lair. Hunter falls as well, and with that, the round probably gets away from Circular Spheres. Completely outnumbered and outgunned, and losing all of these battles across the map. Not certainly for the first time either. Still got the Evil Eye as well. That's going to be a nuisance. I mean, all the angles are covered. All the doorways are being watched. And down in the hallway, Neptune by himself. 15 seconds. Kit in hand, 1v3. But blocked out by this gas babe. No more remain. Tries to sprint it early. Tax is not going to allow that to happen. Chiefs have got series point.
That being said, for Chiefs, it's still a challenging path forward. Nobody has won top floor. I presume CS will go there, and it still then opens up the opportunity for a 15th round snatch from CS. The tertiary sides have not been particularly safe. Both teams have won rounds on both first floor and basement, so keep that in mind. It's far from over, potentially. I think a 15th round is highly likely, but maybe Chiefs can sprinkle in something special here and finally break the drought on this top floor site. Both teams have tried very, very different approaches on multiple attempts, and just nothing seems to be quite working. Breaking down the back line here on this side towards the tail end of the round has proven to be quite the challenge. Blackbeard available, and so Tex is going to lean into that. It was impactful back on Cafe and could be the difference maker here for round 14. Let's see what the defense though can present. Mirror is in play. Again, fortifying that backline, which has been challenging to deal with.
10 seconds to go.
Chiefs then in response will actually drop the primary hard breach. So I think an R6 hit is most likely here in order to introduce that Twitch into the lineup in order to counter the mirror. Oh, there's one. Oda can find the other. That could be quite large for Chiefs. I presume the second one was placed facing into R6. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe we can get confirmation. Oh, it's Ops. Okay. Well, they popped this one. Oda's going for it. He's close. The Ash as well to follow up. Can Quiz land the shot? He will. So good clear. And maybe that now changes the storyline, the dynamic for Chiefs in this round. I think the opportunity to go for Ops and main breach now is far more likely. In fact, probably the optimal path forward.
It doesn't mean the round's going to be a given, but it certainly gives them a new pathway that they can certainly take.
Well, you can send in text just through Ops, I would imagine, and scout for information, potentially, we'll see. And maybe Jigsaw lurks other side and looks to frag out. Maybe in combination with Quiz. Tex is entering Ops now, so we'll wait and see. Jigsaw can be self-sufficient as well with his own air jabs. But again, no primary hard breach. They traded that out for the Twitch, and we'll see if that now potentially causes problems. How do you get from Ops over towards this objective for a plan?
The Blackbeard is just going to be so important to be able to do that. Push back the hallway pressure and then give you some door control. But yeah,
because they can't open this wall.
That door is just going to be surely heavily watched. So gas babes, nitrocells, impacts, lots of utility that can stop any kind of push through a singular choke point. Big battle here from Quiz.
Ooh, and the Blackbeard's going deep as well.
It just continues to push on up. Hoping to keep this player trapped in. Can't hit the shots. How is Hunter staying alive here? How is he still alive? Finally
and
dead.
He drops the Blackbeard.
And it's Blackbeard that's down.
No way.
Still winnable. 50 seconds for both of these two teams. In the 4v4, but they've got no way of opening up these walls. It's going to have to be choke point doorways. And now without the Blackbeard. It's all on Chiefs to make something happen. Oh, and Jigsaw will send in the GOAT of OCE. but now quite low, and he really can't be the first one to go through that door. He will die really quickly. 2 gas babes still available. An impact for Jake Kenner. No more keeper barriers. 2 goo mines and 20 seconds.
Jigsaw has double flash though, so needs to try and deploy that utility and try to set up plays for others.
There is a smoke as well, and Oda's going to send that one out. Can he find the headshot angle? It's Neptune from a distance that shuts him down. Josh, big kill. Neptune, no more Jigsaw, 2v2. Time the biggest factor, and they don't have the kit currently in hand either. They might just simply run out of time. 1v1, no time. It's a 15th round for the second map running.
Well, arguably the closest the team has gotten to winning that objective. But what was going on with Chiefs? They had so many big fumbles. I think
after they
dropping the primary hard
really
breach for
good
the
start
Twitch
of getting the mirror
oversight.
windows. Like, really good job at the beginning of the round in terms of the early prep, get rid of the mirror windows.
Hunter clear and the lack of hard breach, though, was absolutely devastating.
This here, though, this should never happen. This should never happen. He's completely pinched. And then he gets the... Oh, that's... Quiz will never want to watch that back.
That's, yeah.
And then he gets the kill onto Tex as well. Now there's a little kill feed bug that you don't quite get to see it, but Hunter got the opening kill of that round.
And this is what makes me feel uncomfortable again for Chiefs. As I prefaced heading into that 14th round, this site has not been near as successful for defense. Top floor has been impenetrable, but the tertiary sites have seen limited success for attack. It has been more comfortable. And CS are going to throw another factor into the mix. They're going to play the Monty for this 15th round as well.
I don't hate it. We haven't seen Montang at all. Talk about just throwing caution to the wind.
CS have shown like quite a bit of depth.
They have
here on left.
Yeah, no, they've been really impressive in this series. The reality is, though, they might actually get 8-7, 8-7. After, guess what? Their last map was an 8-7 against Ludovica. So this would be, if they lose this round, it would be 8-7, 8-7, 8-7, all 3 lost for CS. What a way for you to exit playoffs. 3 maps straight at 8-7. They must win this, otherwise it's a travesty to close out stage 1. Losing 3 8-7s in a row. And Clubhouse, I tell you what, Clubhouse, they can win that. They can absolutely win Club.
So with the pressure mounting, can Circular Sphere stand up?
The pressure is at bloody boiling point.
Cludge drone, relatively impactless, looking for that yokai. Maybe some mute jammers as well, even proxies. Chicana up above with the skeleton key looking for Vert. But there is also presence from Quiz and Josh as well, armory and security respectively being held by this duo. Josh liked lurking over towards this position on earlier occasions, so I think CS will have a read on that potentially, or at least an inkling that it's a possibility. Really good drone work on site. This has been one of the strengths from CS in this series, getting information in towards that objective, and we see multiple drones in sight now relaying calls.
Should add as well, Ludovica had double defense last time on that layer 8-7 last week, and Chiefs, of course, double defense here as well. So CS could not find an attacking round in OT. Hunter gets the shield back up.
They get the kill!
Josh turned around through the door, shot through the head and the heart.
He's still alive.
Josh is so low, and Hunter too, now very low. Finally, that nuisance dealt with by Jake. But Hunter is so low, and so is Jake Kenner.
That's massive damage done. The flames, the smoke. Hunter is so vulnerable to that utility. So vulnerable.
This round becomes near on impossible for Circular Spheres, honestly.
It's up to Gooft.
It's up to Gooft and Scars. Scars still has 2 smokes on the Glaz combo. Those 2 must win this round now for Circular Spheres with 40 seconds left.
Pressure mounting. Utility still facing this attack. Gooft knows that he has to be the one in combination with Scars to make the play. There's only so much that Hunter can do from this position.
And same with Jake. He's got flashes. He'll have to play as a support and send the flashes in. Scars, 1 smoke goes out, blocked off by Gasbabe. 1 more available for Oda. He could block off this position. You need to go deep through it. Scars is going to have to take some of this damage. Does. Makes the push. Gets the kill. Oda will fall. Jigsaw quite low. Scars will go down. And Hunter looking to stick the plan inside a lab. But he does get the kill onto both Gooft and Scars. Where's Jake Kenner? Hunter needs to be stuck. Hunter has no time. It's all done. For the third map running, Circular Spheres lose 7-8, 7-8, 7-8. GG as Chiefs will move forward in the lower bracket and bye-bye to Circular Spheres.
What a series between these two. Ultimately 2-0, but 30 rounds played and so difficult to split these two squads.
Absolutely feel as if that is a heartbreaking moment for Circular Spheres for the third map running. It's the same result. For Chiefs, they move forward. CS, see you bye.
Well, it's a little bit devastating for Circular Spheres. So close, yet so far away on multiple occasions. 7-8, 7-8. Series that I think they will look back on with a lot of pride, but also a lot of pain. This is not the first time we've seen Circular Spheres go toe-to-toe with a giant of the region, and falling short only slightly, if ever so slightly. That is a huge problem for them, but Chiefs will be happy. Nonetheless, regardless of how close that is, Chiefs securing a 2-0 here pushes them further in and kind of gives them a little bit more of a break now. They can have some reprieve after what was a very close series. Guys, this one felt as though it had the legs for a third and probably deserved one.
Oh, absolutely. CS will be reeling that after 30 rounds they weren't able to get that third map.
Yep.
And they've seen a similar fate in previous series as Jay kind of contested too. So yeah, unfortunate for them. Having double attack into Lair was always going to be an immense challenge. I mean, second floor was pretty much always off the cards, and then having to follow it up on the tertiary, whilst possible, was always going to be you know, a challenge. It chased through some different stuff at them in that final round, which kept them on their toes. And yeah, ultimately not able to get it across the line for Chiefs. Massive result.
Yep.
But a big reliance on Jigsaw.
Yeah, some concerning signs, no doubt, for the last team to go to an international event for Oceania. I mean, it's a little bit of a concern here, Xenox, seeing the Chiefs go 8-7, 8-7 against a team that realistically they should have in their prime be comfortably beating.
Yeah, and look, honestly, with Circular Spheres, we can touch on Chiefs later, but
Go for it.
with Circular Spheres now out of the competition, this will be kind of the last point to really kind of touch on them.
Go for it.
They're run this stage. So 7-3 versus GG, that was day one.
Yep.
You know, and that was, you know, okay kind of result. Probably not many would have anticipated them to beat GG.
Say okay kind of result. That's bloody ridiculous.
7-3's loss. No, they lost it.
Oh, loss.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah,
I thought
no.
you said they beat
No,
GG.
they didn't.
I'm like,
No,
mate,
no.
7-3 win
7-3
against
loss
anyone.
against GG. Like, that's probably what you would
That's
expect.
par for the course.
7-8 loss to Ludovica.
Oh, my God. Here we go again.
And then an 8-6 win over Chiefs.
Yep.
Which is a good result, obviously. And then 7-5 over TSG. 7-3 loss to Enterprise, which turns out it's not too bad. And then 7-1 over Saga and 7-2 over Outlast. So the games they were expected to win, they won super comfortably.
Yep.
The 50-50 games, though, that just barely won them or just barely lost them. And then they were competitive against the top end. Then 7-5, 7-5, 8-7 against Ludovica. Tight game. Absolutely tight game. And then 8-7, 8-7. So we're talking about a stage that they'll look back on and think, geez, we actually did a lot better than being the first team eliminated from playoffs. That is an insane run. So I feel awful for Circular Spheres. I think when you kind of also take into account the back end of the group stage, they lost Goof for a couple of days, had to bring beers in.
Yeah.
And then Goof himself might think, okay, probably not my greatest performance in the playoffs, and that might have been the difference. And honestly, the overall difference was, let's be honest, Jigsaw, like across the series in this one.
Again. It's just ridiculous. He just continues to appear in places that we don't want to see him, kind of like our guest. Oda joining us here.
Okay, hold on.
Oda, it's been a hot minute since I spoke to you last, my friend, but 8-7, 8-7. Look, it's a comfortable 2-0, but barely comfortable in that. I mean, were you guys surprised by this result?
100%. I think we all expecting to play a bit better. I mean, if you look at the BO1s, we lost to them. So a 2-0 result to me is still like a good thing.
Sure.
Just too close in the rounds, I think.
Oda, obviously something that we mainly me perpetrates a lot on the broadcast is that for you guys, Jigsaw is very much just almost overly relied upon in this series. I don't know if you've seen the numbers. He dropped 39 in the two maps. The next highest was Josh with 21. And to be fair, between Josh, Quiz, yourself, and Tex, it was all very much similar numbers. Jigsaw's the outlier, but at the same time, you guys must know you can't just keep relying on someone like Jigsaw to drop 40 kills to get you through an 8-7, 8-7. If he doesn't drop 40, you guys don't win this series.
Oh, 100%. I think this is kind of been the big thing this season. As you can tell from our VO1s, we're kind of just lacking consistency. And you could see towards the end of the group stage, we started having some good wins against Luda, against GG. It's just being consistent, and we need to bring that same energy to game day.
Looking forward to your next match, Oda. Obviously, the winner of Luda and TSG. I want to more so talk about what the hell are you going to get up to over the next
6 hours?
Yeah, 6 hours or however long the bloody break is. What are you guys going to do?
Oh, I'll probably go down to the local KFC, grab a plate, get a zinger box.
What happened to
one.
health, mate? What happened to fitness? What's going on there?
None of that. We're gamers, bro. We need to just eat shit food.
Mate, when you were with Bliss, you were eating steaks, you were cooking up veggies. What's happened? You leave Bliss and all of a sudden you just want to eat crap.
You might be onto something. It's Quiz, bro. Quiz is always getting Uber Eats.
Yeah, fair.
I did want to ask, though, because obviously for you guys to make Grand Final, you're going to have to play one of EPGG. That's just the way the bracket's going to go. Are you guys going to, as a team, sit down, watch that series later today?
Oh, 100%. We sort of go versus Luda, so we'll be watching the next series as well.
Yeah, you've got
so grab some KFC and then just settle down.
Grab some KFC, sit down, watch Cairo call multiple protests, rehost, and then we'll verse him. He'll do the same thing.
Just some abuse thrown left, right, and centre. Look, before I let you go, I do have a rather serious question because from pretty much any team you've ever played on, it's been quite a positive energy. Now, I'm not saying it's a negative energy right now, but it feels quite neutral. How do you and the team feel going into the last couple of games of playoffs? Like, what's the energy? What's the mood like?
I mean, energy's still good. We're still going into these games having a laugh. It's all about getting into these games and getting over our issues.
Sure.
Like, we're not sitting there arguing. We're not sitting there complaining. We're just sitting there saying, boys, we need to seriously lock the fuck in. That's pretty much all it is. We need to wake up.
Yeah.
And if you don't wake up, then Kara's going to put you to bed later today.
Oh, could you imagine?
He said the same shit last time when he got 7-3.
We've been saying it for a very long time. Oda, as per usual, mate, anything you'd like to say before we let you go?
No. Let's change it up. No.
Yeah, love that.
We're locked in. We're going to eat KFC. Go to the next game.
Speak to Rob tonight.
Yeah, maybe. GG, go next, mate. We'll see you soon.
Later, boys.